Welcome, boys, girls, and everyone else, to the individual playoffs of the Sankei Shimbun Cup Women's League. Jen and I bring the first game to you today. We've got Nathanael working behind the scenes. You'll be hearing from them, Harrison and Corak later on. But it's for now, just us. How you doing, Jen?
Hello, good morning.
Hi, yes, good morning. Yeah, I learned yesterday exactly how early it was for you in Japan right now.
Yeah, it is a very top of the morning, actually.
It's only 9 p.m. over here, but you know what? World Riichi, it's great. People from all around the world bringing Mahjong to you. Welcome on in. Always good to see people in chat. Absolutely.
But yeah, we're dedicated. We're so dedicated.
Yeah.
That's why I'm here at the top of the morning.
Yes.
I mean, like, all over the world, we're dedicated. I was trying to add to your all over the world comment, and
yes.
wasn't
we're grateful. It's hopefully going to be a really good time today for both me and for anyone watching, hopefully. But yeah, we've made it to the playoffs. We had a qualifier which had two leagues, the Sept League in Tokyo, the Orb League in Western Japan. They've connected together now. You've hopefully seen a lot of the Sept League players, but I think from what you said yesterday, we'll be seeing some of the Orb League players joining us for games today.
Yeah, for the first time, we will see 3 players from the other league. We keep just watching only the Scepter League, but we have 3 from the Orb League from the first time because they advance. They have their own playoffs, like before the quarterfinals, the semifinals, and so they just send 3 players over. They have a much smaller group, so they only have 3 spots. Here they are in Tokyo. They came to Tokyo just to play this from their various places in the west part of Japan.
Hopefully it will pay off for them. We'll get to see some really good games, and maybe they'll even make the finals. We'll have to see. But yeah, before we get to our players, I suppose we talk about our sponsors even. First up, we've got Sparrow's Nest, a New York Mahjong studio for the Slim Score, Ultimate, and Rex 3 order tables. Please check them out if you have time and are definitely in the area. Otherwise, we are WRC, the World Region Championship, the most prestigious international Mahjong tournament in the world. It's held once every 3 years, the next of which will be in New York in 2028. So I know a lot of people were talking about that. I think AML recently finished, right? And a lot of the American people were talking about like maybe getting some qualifying points to WRC. I think we're on offer at the end of that league, at the top league. I'm hearing that from some friends. So hopefully, for everyone there can start getting excited about WRC. But
yeah, we're already so excited about WRC. We're so excited about the tour in June as well. That is going to be crazy. It's seriously gonna be crazy. It's gonna be like like a summer camp, but like with all your favorite like awesome Mahjong pros. Because you know what happens when grown-ups go to Vegas? We act like the craziest, funnest summer camp ever.
Honestly, that does sound like a lot of fun. But yeah, it's the 26th to 28th of June in Las Vegas. As you say, we have 6 M-Leaguers, 1 XM-Leaguer, and of course, a lot of other people you might recognize, like the wonderful Jenn, or Ryoei, or Hiroshi Yamai.
Hiroshi Yamai, the first ever world champion back in 2014 in Paris. And Yoi Hirano, who was in New York for like 3 years playing with people there, and definitely had a hand in training a lot of players who were learning to play at that time.
Yeah, I remember seeing a BBC documentary about Ryoei preparing for one of the WRC events. It was actually quite cool. But
yeah, and then the poor guy got COVID and was not able to come in the end. Yes, tickets are open. Are available. You can buy tickets already. We should have a link. That would be great. But it is on the World Reach website under like events US tour, I believe. So if you just find your way to the World Reach website, and because of this, in celebration of this, we are going to have a giveaway with M League goods on Sunday when we are showing our final table for the Sankei Shimbun Cup. So we'll announce those tomorrow because there are lots of other things that had to get done for the tour yesterday, so I did not get a chance to create an image for the giveaway for tomorrow, for Sunday. But the image.
You heard it here first. That there will be an announcement soon. Cool. Amazing.
All you need to know is you need to be watching Sunday and in the chat, and then you'll win some awesome, stuff. You're gonna be here anyway, so it's not like we need an announcement. I know everybody is planning and has completely rearranged their Easter Sunday to watch us.
Yeah, exactly, Marie. I wish I could go too. If you can, don't miss it. Especially if you are already local, if you can actually make the time to do it. That's going to be a really good time. But
yeah, I'm going to be there. I'm going to be hyping it up. Pretty sure.
So, I suppose we've talked about our sponsors. Let's talk about the players who managed to make it to this qualifier, right? So, not this qualifier, this playoff phase. We have 24 players. I think what you said yesterday was it 8 of them made it through just from placing really, really well. The others had to fight their way through a previous round to get through this top 24. And here we are. We saw tables A, B, and C play yesterday. Today we're going to be watching tables D, E, and F. It's a 3-game shootout. Whoever is top 2 after 3 games will advance. The bottom 2 in each group here will sadly have to go. But yes, so I guess we know who made it through on table C, but we don't know who made it through on table A and table B. We'll find out later on today.
Yeah, we can find out right now. We have separated out. There you go. So in table A, we watched Miyabi Konishi, Momoka Tsuji, Minami Akiba, and Megumu Aikawa. Megumu Aikawa, one of our guests in Las Vegas, by the way, and New York. And unfortunately, Megumu Aikawa, she had a really, really rough game. That game A, you and I were the ones watching that one with everybody, and it was really rough. She did not make a comeback. Unfortunately, she did not recover from that. But I know somebody in the chat was super excited to watch Miyabi Konishi advance, and she did, so she will be on the stream tomorrow. And Momoka Tsuji was the other player to advance from table A.
Okay, on table B we do have Zumi Sugiyama and Sakura Ichimiya, who made it through. I don't know how close was it at the end of game 2? Was it really close?
It was pretty. I think it was mostly a 3-player race. So Tips and I are watching that, and it kind of looked like Sugiyama was going to not have a shot, and she made a huge comeback in in like the very end. I think South 3. She made a huge comeback. Maita, I think, was not able to put anything together. Game 2. So going into game 3, it was Azumi Sugiyama, Sakura Ichimiya, and Misato Hana. Misato Hana was first place in the first game, but she was not able to recover after game 2 when Ichimiya took first place away. And so advancing are Azumi Sugiyama and Sakura Ichimiya, who we will also see tomorrow.
Exactly, and everyone else saw game 3 of table C. So congratulations to Mizaki Sakiori and Arisa Ichikawa. But I think it's time to look at maybe what's going on in table D, going into their 3rd game. And if we could possibly see the players for table D, I'll let Jenn introduce them for you.
All right, first dealer, who we saw a ton of in the playoffs. I always remember that last year in the playoffs, she was on so many of the broadcast tables because I used this photo many times to put the screens together. Uika Seto is going to be the first dealer from Sapporo Mahjong Lovers. And the South Sea is Neneko Kitagawa from Mahjong Salon PSJ, which is a private room mahjong parlor in all over Tokyo. In the West Sea is Miki Tsukada, from TF Channel, another YouTube channel. And in the North Sea is Rinka Hayakawa from 1-2 Punch.
Okay, so yes, as we go into this game, they will have already played games 1 and 2 of this 3-game shootout. This is going to be the deciding one. Good luck to everybody. I want to see some cool stuff. Let us know in chat, by the way, if you have any favorites. I'm gonna try and be unbiased, but I'm probably gonna cheer the player in last place. Honestly, I want to see them make a comeback, get into the top 2 at the very last minute with an amazing third game. But here we go. I do like that shirt. Just enjoy boat race. Welcome back in to the manga. This is their last game, and it's looking like a pretty nice start too. All inside definitely doable. Maybe we could try and use that Dora. Definitely with the 246 shape there. Extra 4 lying around. Maybe it could be very useful. In the meantime, you're going to cheer for that, whoever's winning? That's absolutely fair. So yeah, looking at our scores going into this final game, we do have Hayakawa in a pretty solid lead, 68.7. Seto with 25.1. Honestly, it's a nice 40-point gap. Tsukada 28.3 in the negatives, and Kitagawa has to make a bit of a massive comeback with minus 65.5. But that is potentially a first-fourth split. It could happen. Seto's going to make this hard, though. She's just pulled a second Dora. So we're going to have to see how easy it is to cash that in. I think, honestly, Seto's hand is even openable, especially with Dora 2, maybe even Dora 3. Yeah, absolutely. Just keeping pairs, because we are hoping to be able to call them at some later date. One away now, though, for Kitagawa. She needs to win this game. She is in last place. Speaking of, though, Hayakawa's also one away. It's not a nice one away. Has a dependency on the 2 of bamboo, but we do see a 2 of bamboo in Seto's hand.
Kitagawa's one away has become much, much wider.
So for a second, I thought it might have been a 6.
Right there.
It's
There it is.
That's the Tempai.
It does not wait for the Junchan. I might have maybe waited a few for a possible Junchan. Is she? Wait, she's Furitan? No, that's a 5. I can't tell what the Manzu is that she's discarded.
I think it's a 6-man.
Is it? That would be Furitan.
I think.
It does look like
I
a
think
6,
so.
right?
I'll have another look.
Oh, it's not Furitan. I'm sorry. She has the 6 already. I want her to get the 9, so I just imagined it was Furitan. It's not Furitan at all.
No.
It's the tile that I would have wanted her to draw. Sorry, Furitan. She's waiting for the 6-9, so bamboo, not the Manzu. But it's just
always
that.
Interesting.
So sorry, it's just the for Pinfu, it's not guaranteed, and that's why that's the biggest argument for reaching right there. But going from just Pinfu to Pinfu and Junchan is a 3-han difference. So
Yes.
it's definitely an argument for not reaching right away, in my mind.
Yeah, exactly. If it was just 1 hand, maybe 2 hand, you could probably just say just to take the reach. But with the single draw, I think it's paid off though. We've seen a lot of the 9s get played already, so maybe it sets your mind at ease, thinking I wouldn't have drawn the 9 anyway. It's fine. But I definitely understand that argument, especially when you have such a huge upgrade. Another 6.
Yeah, in East one, I might just wait a little bit. Maybe. I don't know. But maybe East one is also the argument to not wait. Everything in Mahjong is an argument for and against, I feel like.
And this is Kitagawa we're talking about. This is the player who needs lots of points. So you could argue that maybe I just want to win every single hand. Or, as you say, maybe going for value is worth more. It's always hard to decide that in the moment. It has forced at least Hayakawa here to fold. However, I think kind of even Seto's taking a bit of a slower route. So if you hadn't made that reach, may have been able to get into a tempo a little bit faster and eventually not deal into this. So it is definitely going to be a win for Kitagawa. Although, as you say, just reach Pinfu. Nothing too special.
But yeah, she wouldn't have drawn the 9 anyway. As long as you don't draw the 9 after, then it's not so painful.
True.
If she were to draw the 9 on next, then it would have felt painful, and it would have been a very just retrospective and not logical argument at all. But
But it's always interesting though, right? Because like, if we ignore results entirely, just try and think like what was the best choice at the time. It's always interesting to try and ask yourself that question. I think. And I think you are right. There's definitely a lot of value, especially when you've got such a huge upgrade. When it's 3-hand and your hand is not literally just 1 hand otherwise. I agree with you. I think it would have been good to have waited, but it's paid off this time. Just going all in,
yeah,
and
but
Miki
the thing
Tsukada
is,
is now
like,
setting the pace.
even if it's only 1 extra Han with the reach, right?
Yes.
So I'm not. I mean, you might get Ura, you might get Ipatsu. I'm not sure
Yeah.
I need the extra. I mean, I'm almost just as happy to win with just a Pinfu as I am to win with a reach Pinfu. So
Yeah, I
I'm not
guess it
gonna let the
depends.
win go if I'm
Yeah.
waiting for the 9, so I'll win anyway. Maybe even win faster. Maybe even get the Dora. Um, yeah, I'm
That's another
not
good
sure how
point,
much
actually. Yeah.
happier. Yeah.
Even ignoring the Junchan, there's still the door upgrade as well. That's also very true. A lot of things to think about. But I definitely understand wanting to try and just get a win to start the game off, especially when you
Yeah.
are now the dealer. Maybe it's time to try and make an impact.
She did get
So we have
Hayakawa off her hand, and that would not have happened without a reach. So
yes. Speaking of Hayakawa, she looks like she's going for a flush. Interestingly enough, giving up on a potential run to keep tiles of 1 suit. I guess Hayakawa doesn't really need to do anything too special, right? She just needs to make sure she doesn't take a fourth. And, like, I'm pretty sure even with a third place, she is going to be in the next round. So definitely going to be seeing a lot of, I think, disciplined defensive play from her. The question is going to be, what is Seto doing? And even Kitagawa getting a small win right now is not that bad for Seto, right? Because as long as Tsukada's not getting the win, she's probably going to end up relatively further ahead. A lot of very tactical play at this point in the game. But either way, though, one away
yeah,
for Kitagawa.
another thing is we can't look at this game as everybody is just trying to win this game, right? We do have points, and they do have to come back from that. So Kitagawa needs to make up. How far behind was she? Almost like 90 points to get into second place, basically.
As it stands, if Seto gets fourth, she only needs an extra 27,000 points relative to Seto. It sounds it sounds like a lot but that's really only one Panaman deal in, right?
Yep,
That is very doable.
yep, an extra
Maybe you have a reach
27
from
from
Tsukada.
now.
Look at this hand here. It is just waiting on the 3 of bamboo, but it does have a door. And it is definitely the first player to Tenpai. Just do a bit of counting here. I think 3 is actually not that bad right now. Oh wait, no, I take it back. There's 1 left. But still, you only need 1 to win. And there it is. It does come out. That is going to be a win for Tsukada.
Proving that you just need one.
Exactly. Yeah, it unfortunately had to be drawn by Kitagawa, the one player who is dealer, who is going to be very incentivized to attack every single hand if possible. And I think if someone else drew that 3, it would not have come out. But Kitagawa, who needs those points right now, has to take some risks. Did not pay off. But we are talking about a reversal, though. Maybe third place manages to get into second. As it stands, Tsukada will be going through, and Seto will not. The gaps are very,
Also,
very small.
bem-vindos to Muri in the chat. That's Portuguese.
Ah, yes. She's connected to cheer for that. That's amazing. Yeah, no, absolutely. That's as good a reason to cheer for anyone as anything. Absolutely.
Yeah, met Rinka in Vienna. I also have before Rinka is a new mother mid last year, and until then she was very kind enough to invite me to her house to practice mahjong many times. So I'm also a little bit biased here, but luckily she's in first place, so I don't have to be too biased.
Maybe
It's
I should
happening all on its
withdraw
own.
my. Maybe I should withdraw my no bias and just start start cheering for certain players. Absolutely. I'll thank you, Nathaniel, for getting those links. Oh no. Okay.
Yeah, the link didn't show.
Never mind. Still working on that.
I have one away now for Seto after a key for an inside hand.
Yeah, thank you for liking the stream. It makes Jen very happy.
It's my dopamine for the day.
But yeah, I was gonna say Hayakawa does potentially have the 7 pairs route, but Seto is building a very quick all inside hand. Not a lot of value in it, but I guess it gets a position, and that is significant at this point. Still needs 3 though. Don't have to fight for scraps just yet, but one away
She
is one
does
away.
want to get ahead of now that Tsukada is in first place. She's actually overtaken the second place spot from Seto, so
Yeah,
she
just
really
getting
just
into
needs to be
third
ahead
is
of
enough.
Tsukada by anything.
I'm sure that everyone has calculated the exact gaps they need. Going into a third game like this, absolutely, I would. Interesting situation for Adila Sukada here. Choosing to keep the Dora 8 of Bamboo. Wants to get some value here. It makes sense as dealer, if you can make that happen. I do like how we just saw Hayakawa get another pair. I see. Yes, that makes a lot of sense. But yeah, we do have that 7 pairs hand. Although it looks like more we're just choosing not to play the 4-7 of characters at this point because it is in the danger zone. Yes, she does need a lot of. She needs a miracle, but that doesn't. It's not impossible. It's never completely out of question. It's kind of one away as well for just a normal reach with Dora 2, which is more than good enough when you've got Dora 2. Doesn't matter what your weight is, usually.
It's
But
just so
still,
interesting the massive swings with just they don't have that a very big score difference right now, but just because of that Oka, the extra 20-point Oka and the Uma, it
yes.
one or 2,000 point hand makes a massive swing and can put people in first or second or third place.
The way to visualize it is assume that every player is betting an extra 5,000 points at the start of the game, and then the whole 20k goes towards first. And it's huge, right? That is very significant. You can see that right now, as you say.
Yep, it's
Getting a
massive.
plus 30 just from a 2,000 point lead.
Yeah, I find a
And
lot of times where it's worth it to take during the regular season, it's worth it to take a risk of possibly dropping down into third place just to try and get first.
also
It's gotta go.
Ipatsu with Tsukada with that reach on the very first turn. I don't remember what the deal the entire was. It couldn't have been Dora, unless it. Hang on. Riichi Ipatsu Dora 2. It must have been Dora, right? Unless we flipped Dora.
It was a
Oh my.
7. I mean, sorry, the Udo is. What are you asking? If
The
she drew
deal
the
entire
door?
because Tsukada's weight was north and the Dora 8 Bamboo.
I
I
thought
didn't
it
see
was
what
only
the
2
Seto
Dora.
played to deal in. But if she tripled up the Dora from Seto playing the 8 of Bamboo, that would explain the 12,000 points, the Mangan at least. Well, no, actually, no, it was Mangan either way. Never mind. It was pay. Okay, thank you.
It was I did only see 2 Dora, so I was just double checking to make sure I saw it correctly. But thank you for the double checking, Moody.
Speaking of, that is the new Dora this time around as well. Tsukada's potentially building a 7-8-9 mixable sequence. One of my favorite Yaku, but obviously it's harder to actually build. But when you see this, okay, triple eights does kind of change that a little bit. Probably going to cut the 1 3 5 7 8 8 8 just to a 3 5 7 with a completed set. I was giving someone advice a few days ago, talking about when you've got a tile next to a completed set, how oftentimes if you treat it as a pair and a potential sequence, you're taking a step backwards from Tenpai because you're getting rid of that completed triplet there. Unfortunately for them, and the replay they sent me, they ended up not winning the hand that they could have won because they took a step back. Won't name names.
You can lock in the triple.
But yes, we are going to be maybe. Guess this doesn't have to be the Sanshoku, but we are going to see it because the 7-8-8-8 is just a nice three-sided weight. This is the one of the few times because you've already got because you've already got other potential pairs, but we don't have any other potential pairs, so keeping it as a pair and a sequence is actually fine.
It's showing how to head Sanshoku, but not necessarily count on it.
Yes. To be honest, we've opened anyway, so it's only one extra hand, but could be a very important one extra hand for sure. In the meantime, Sato's got a bit of a catching up to do, unfortunately. The one player she didn't want to be in first is currently in first. We have an entire South round and the rest of East 3 and East 4 as well. Like I was just kind of stalling out a little bit, unfortunately. Same situation as well for Kitagawa. That's the 9 we were looking for. So 6, 7, 9. 9 is going to be mixable sequence for one extra hand, but a nice three-sided weight. I like how I went on a rant about how sometimes these shapes are bad, but this is the one situation where it's actually good, you know? Because that's just how. I do like how
those connected shapes can be very, very strong because it opens up some extra weights, but you can't sacrifice other sequences for them is the lesson, I think.
yes. Or we have a Tenpai from Kitagawa too on the 8-man only, but it's Itsu.
Well, they're pretty tied up here in Tsukada's hand.
Absolutely. But is it going to force a fold? It's not going to force a fold.
That's Tenpai as well. Does not take it.
Does not want to play a 5-man to this board. There aren't that many Manzu tiles played, and I think they're all low Manzu, apart from the 5. Is it a 5 from our dealer Tsukada? But the players who are scary have not played any Manzu, so I'm not surprised you would want to play them yourself.
Yeah, definitely the other suits look a lot easier to push. Hayakawa is just completely out. I think I said Kitagawa before when it was Hayakawa.
Yeah, even Tsukada here has taken a slower route by getting with the 7-8-9 shape, taking a step back, keeping the pair of 8s just in case. But I feel like when the red dragon is only once cut, it's probably not wise to take that risk for a relatively cheap hand.
I mean, the other thing is that Kitagawa has a lot of middle tiles in the discard and no honors really, just one east there at the beginning. So it makes the honors look a little bit more dangerous than normal.
True. I think the other thing as well is if we're talking tactically, Kitagawa scoring more points just means that Seto is more likely to get fourth, which is not a bad thing, as long as you're not the one who deals it in. I'm sure that that's at least going through their minds.
Could be Tenpai. But should have to give up Amanzu again. I'm not gonna do it.
No, just don't see it happening. Yeah. Could be called to get one away. But no, keeping it safe. You'd have to cut the Dora to make that happen. I think Dora's live as well. So it's a big ask to try and just force for the tempo payment. When you've got a triplet of dragons, you at least know no one else has a pair. And at this point, 3 safe tiles is going to be really good information. So I guess the question is going to be, where are these 8s? We see 3 of them right here. Do we see the 4th one? I'm going to keep an eye out for it. It might still be available, hiding in the wall somewhere. I believe it is. So we could see a summon from Kitagawa. But otherwise, I think this is going to go to exhaustive draw. Kitagawa's going to get 3,000 points, which is definitely going to be very nice. Going to get her into second place temporarily. Get her a little bit close to first. This is sort of still a decent situation for her, right? Because Seto is in last. And it really needs to be a first-fourth split with a good gap. So it's almost like this is part of the start of something exciting. Because you're getting 3,000 points further away from the person you want to overtake. Just need to make sure you then also overtake Tsukada if you're going to make that comeback happen. Otherwise, though,
Yeah,
very
that's gonna be the
comfortable.
key here because Tsukada is definitely dominating the table right now.
Yes, exactly. So this is going to be a very important hand, I think. We've got 1,000 extra points in the pot. And given how close a lot of the scores are, could be very important to win that. I was really excited about Hayakawa's hand, and then I saw the 699. I'm like, oh, that's less exciting. It's like, ooh, that's a lot of Sozu. But alas, we were just hiding away the dot tiles. Everyone does have a fast start here, though. Potential chanter as well for Tsukada. I believe we 2-way already for our dealer Hayakawa. As I was saying, she doesn't need to necessarily get first, just to sneak ahead. But she does at least need to avoid fourth. And scoring some points is good. The really exciting thing is Kitagawa's hand. She's got Dora 2 right now. It isn't the South round, and she's not in the South Sea. So it's going to be a little bit tricky to use. But Dora 3 reach, there's nothing wrong with that. Where are the other 2 Souths? 7 pairs, also very doable with that hand as well. In the meantime, so saying one away now for Hayakawa. Is dependent on that pair weight though. It's going to be a bit tricky to make the final shape happen. Yes, 7 pairs was doable. We've only got 3. But when you got Dora 2, sometimes you do some crazy things. I'm just saying.
Okay, lots of strong shapes for Tsukada, but too many pairs. She will lock in that sequence. 7, 8, 9 ping.
Yeah, I looked at it originally. I was hoping it was going to be an outside hand, but that pair of 4 of characters there is going to be tough to use, unfortunately. In that shape, it was going to be possible to use in that shape. It's our first tempo though. Seto just trying to win a cheap hand. I think she's just was it dragons as a white dragon. I think no.
As East, I believe.
Okay, more than good enough. Streets is saying Mahjong Jenn was good for Chitoy. No, Jenn hates Chitoy. Sorry, no, it's a favorite hand. Exactly. Sorry, yeah, my apologies.
Jen's favorite hand by far. Thank you, Kip. I do not like it on a boat. I do not like it on a moat or in
Welcome
the
on
rain
in.
or on a train. Morning, Brian.
Yes,
It's not morning for Brian either, but it's morning for me.
it's Riichi Brian. Otherwise, yeah, we do have. So right now we're walking into a tempo from Seto. She started this in a really good position, right? She was in second place overall. This is the 3rd game of 3. Top 2 make it to the next round. And now she's fighting for scraps, trying to claw back some value. There's still a whole south round left to go, of course. And she is Tenpai. I think she will win on this north. But it's not going to come out, at least not yet. It's a tough spot, right? You've got to try and get value from somewhere. And East only is maybe not the greatest way of doing it, but at least you've got that 1,000 points from the Riichi stick, the extra 600 from the Honba. There it is. The North does come out. It's not a huge win, but it is going to be a win. It's going to get some points back. And Seto's going to have to keep fighting. It is from the right player, though.
And there was a reach stick on the table.
Yes.
They don't call her Chitoi Jenn. Oh no. I've been downgraded from just Jenn to Chitoi Jenn.
That's a downgrade? No. I will admit, Cheeto's one of my favorite Yaku. I don't go for it that often, but it's one of my favorite Yaku. I think it's just cool. It's the Yaku that doesn't follow any normal rules, you know?
I just have like these 3 little like non-paired tiles left for the whole entire hand. And it's like 3 people going to the mall and seeing everyone else walking around holding hands. And they don't have anyone to hold hands with.
Oh. See, for me, Cheeto is like the punk Yaku. It doesn't follow the rules. Like every other Yaku has like sets of 3 in a pair. No, Cheeto's just all pairs.
No, you've chosen the one argument that might change my mind. We have a pawn of the south by Seto, the dealer, as we go into this south round.
Yeah, she's going to try and get as many points as she can. That one hand, only hand, it did have a little bit of bonus points in the pot. The pot was worth more in the bonus pot than actually the value of her hand. She needs to get some more value. This is her last leadership. As Hayakawa is also going for 7 pairs, or at least considering the option.
The answers with a pawn of the north. I'm sorry, not the white dragon. I don't know why north came out right there.
Not also what the last hand won on. So I thought you just saw the next draw. Maybe you have some.
Yeah, it might have been just her name. Even I don't know. Her name.
Unfinished cheat toys for my love life. Oh no. I'm sorry. Oh.
See.
I mean, isn't that just every Shanton hand ever, though?
It's true.
I don't know.
But some of you know they're like 3. They have sequences. They don't have to be perfectly matched up. You have groups of friends hanging out at the mall.
I guess you want to take the metaphor to its logical extreme by Tenpai here for the Pure sequence. If we're willing to play 5, then clearly the metaphor is that you have high standards, right? You only accept certain tiles.
Yes. Now the question has to be: are your standards too high? We're getting really
like,
deep.
Do you need to like increase your acceptance?
Yes. You need a wider hand.
I was not expecting to go into this kind of metaphor today. But yeah, it looks like we do have everyone here playing the Dora, just getting it out of the hand. Despite the fact that Dora actually had a place in 2 of those hands.
It was middle of a double gutty.
Hmm.
And now it's gone.
I wonder what's got everyone so spooked. We don't have a regional table just yet.
Yeah,
oh,
I mean,
yo,
when you're
nice.
discarding the Dora when there's no reach and you're discarding the Dora as a safe tile. Or maybe and then all pairs hand, that's like your dream is to have a Dora in the all pairs hand. West pawn, and which weight does she want to go for? She's gonna take the tile first. Gives you an extra second to think. Also, you're kind of supposed to take the tile first, but on broadcast tables.
She's in
the
the
1-4 fake open-ended. The Ariamen.
Although the one thing we'll say is we see both of the 1s already out, so there are no 1s left. It's just 4. And the 4's been discarded recently. but one of. It's not as good a weight as we have, so we might be able to switch this here to the 6-9. And I think I would do
Got
that
it.
because we just see all the ones already out.
Oh, Brian went on a first date last night. Is she a mahjong player? That's the only question we care about. Sorry, are they a mahjong player? I don't want to make assumptions. Apologies.
That would be an interesting tale. Can love bloom on the mahjong table?
It has happened many a time, I will tell
Honestly, I
you.
wouldn't be surprised. But we have a question.
It's
That's an interesting question. How do you pawn specifically on the broadcast table?
okay, so when you're on a timed table that's not being broadcast, the order. Oh, let's go ahead and do this win first by Seto. That means she's gonna get an extra turn at dealer.
Again, not a lot of value, but speed when you're behind, keeping that dealership going, just slowly working it up.
Super important. All right, when you're on a not on a timed but not broadcast. God, on a timed but not broadcasted table, you're going to call, show, discard, and take. That's the fastest way to play when you're on a timed table. However, it is also acceptable and it is the preferred way on broadcast table to call, show, take, and then discard, which is something that changed when M League became came onto the scene because they wanted to make it a little bit easier for non-mahjong players to follow, so it could be a bit more accessible to a wider audience. And when you take first, it makes it clearer what you're doing. When you discard first and the other player is already drawing while you're still taking your tile, it's not as easy to follow on broadcast. So
Yeah, it also makes sense, right? Because just being able to see the call itself and then process it before the discard happens. Yeah, I like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
I think it's a good
It's just
change.
that on when you have like timed tables on the Sankei Shimbun Cup, it's not that big of a deal because it's 80-minute timed tables. But when you get to like 45 minutes timetables, then you really want to be sort of as quick, as brief as possible. So it does actually help to take it first. I'm sorry, to discard before taking. Um, but
That's basically the amount of times we
yeah,
go to
but
the
both
full
are
80
accepted.
minutes.
I'm sorry.
Obviously, we probably see a little bit slower play for the TV, but when you the amount of games we see that finish before 80, so finish after 80 minutes and end up going to time, cutting that down to just 45 sounds very exciting, but also very stressful.
Yeah, I think 50 is the most common time right now. There was one league we used to have that was 45 minutes, but now I think they're pretty much all standardized at about 50 minutes for auto table play.
All right, well, hope that was helpful. Definitely was interesting to see for me. And we have a reach here. Reach pin for potential Tanyao on the 6 pin, but 6-9 will do it. We do see 2 6s, 2 9s. Going to keep an eye out for how many other tiles are out there. I think it is 2 of each. But I could definitely see the 6 pin from Tsukada coming out if she gets the Tenpai. Don't see the 6 pin coming out here. But this one could naturally flow out. Maybe. Oh, it's Hayakawa. No, Hayakawa doesn't want to play that at all. I take it back.
Haika is just playing very, very safe for the whole time. She has a huge lead on everyone, a very low chance of being overtaken by more than one player. And you only have to be the top two to advance, so not a lot of reason to take risks.
Yeah, as long as she's not fourth, and even then, as long as it's not a bad fourth, she's through. So, absolutely makes sense.
Brian
We
said
did see
she's
another.
not a mahjong player, unfortunately. Let's edit that. She's not a mahjong player yet. Yet. Interesting choice for Seto. Could lock in that
Yeah,
3-sided weight and then keep some options in the Soza, but decides to potentially use not 3 but 4 sequences in the Pinzu. I said, yeah, in the Pinzu instead.
I think it's mostly just a safety play at this point because the 9 was Genbutsu. But yeah, as you say, potential.
It's so hard for me to think about playing so safe when you're. See, this has 2 completed sequences, or 2. I'm sorry, a 3-sided weight plus an open-ended. But she'll just lock in and she'll take the tempai.
Yeah, all inside and the pivotal sequence on the 7th draw. Nothing wrong with that. It's not the greatest odds of winning, but it's definitely out there. And the 7 was recently played. We did. Oh, wait, no, wrong 7. My apologies. Okay, it was also recently played by Kitagawa as well, but
So she was locking in the inside hand by discarding the 9 so and keeping sort of a like perfect one-away shape. Not exactly a perfect one-away, but keeping that the 7-pin keep was for a possible triple. Kitagawa win it. And she
yes.
was reach, huh? They didn't put it on the overlay.
Yeah. I think the 7 Dama was actually really good because not only was Kitagawa in reach, as you say, but also it was Genbutsu to Kitagawa's reach. So anyone playing safe just to her would have dealt into Seto. But it didn't pay off this time, unfortunately, for her. Really fortunate for Kitagawa, though. This comeback's looking a bit. It's still a bit hard. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it, but if Kitagawa manages to bring Tsukada down just a little bit more, the gap between her and Seto is very high. We do have that massive first place bonus. If she was playing Dama, what would you call it? Oh,
I think
oh,
Samma, if she were playing Samma, you meant to say.
yes. Depends on the version of Sanma. Not every Sanma you can turn a North into an extra draw and a Yaku and on one hand. Does depends. But yes, maybe. Either way, though, she is the dealer, and she's going to be trying to make the best use of this as she can because she's got to get ahead of Tsukada. I don't think the position is going to be enough on its own. I think she has to get some point gap too. But this could be the start of something exciting. Will be trying to be stopped by Hayakawa. She's just going to go relatively cheap, but hopefully relatively fast. Seto is unfortunately a little bit stuck. Really good draw though, the 7-pin pair up for Kitagawa. And she's going to absolutely open this to go for all inside. She's got Dora 2. She really wants to make sure she can call the third Dora if it comes in. So again, a little bit risky because we do have a chance of backfire. We've got the 2-3 shapes. If we draw the 1, we don't get the all inside. But tell you what, Dora 2 is Dora 2. And sometimes you have to at least take a bit of risk to try and reap that reward. And in fact, we did end up cutting the 1-3 man side of that shape anyways. Oh, rewarded. 1 away. So you see the potential Sanshoku from Tsukada as well. She just wants one good hand just to pull a little bit further away from Kitagawa. Meanwhile, Seto here can now use the Dora, which is great. But still so far away at the end of row 1. This is Tenpai though for Kitagawa, waiting on the Dora, 7 of dots and the 8 of bamboo. Potentially very, very valuable, especially as dealer. This could be something that gets her into the final, or the next round anyway, the semi-final.
Tsukada is having a 1-2-3 Sanshoku. Choosing it over the Dora. No, not Dora. What? Here. Sorry, right there. And instead of a possible twin sequence, Ipeko.
Seto finally gets a useful draw. Meanwhile, Kitagawa's still on that pair weight. I think it's a 2-tile weight. She's just changed it to a 7 of bamboo. Just after I finished counting. How could I recount how many tiles are around? I think it may also be. I think it's a 1-tile weight, so a little bit of a downgrade, unfortunately. But it has been discarded a lot, so maybe someone's willing to play a 7, thinking it's a little bit safer than the other
one in
tiles.
the hand. It's
One in
easier
the
to
hand, 2 in
count how many
discards.
are left when there's only 4 in one type.
Yes.
And you can also sing that parody song. There's do you know that song? I can only count to 4. I can only count to 4.
Yes.
Yes, that's a good mahjong song actually. Or for
Honestly, yeah.
Tsukada that does not fit into the hand.
And it is Dora. It will not deal in this time around, though, because of the weight switch. But, yes.
I think there are 2 7s left in the wall.
I think I saw 2 in discards and 1 in the hand.
There are 2.
But
Oh yeah,
I
you're
may
right.
have
There's another
miscounted.
one. Nope, you are right. There's just 1.
You only need 1. We said this earlier, and it was ended up being played. So Kitagawa could, honestly, if she gets this, it would be very significant for her chances of winning, especially if it comes from Tsukada. I don't see the 7 of bamboo coming from her, though. I think she's folding from here on in. Still, though, if nothing else, if this goes to exhausted draw, it still will be a relative 4,000 point swing on the other players. She gets plus 3,000, they lose 1,000. And 4,000 points at this stage in the game could be very important. There's our last 7! And it was drawn by Tsukada. I don't think she's going to play it, though. I think she's going to be very disciplined here and defend the lead rather than trying to be aggressive. We shall see, though. Technically, she's 1 away now. If she does get to Tenpai and it's on the 3-5 rather than the 5-7 that's hidden inside that bamboo shape, is there a world? Would she be willing to play it? Speaking of Tenpai, this is not quite it yet. Unless I'm missing something.
No, it is.
No, it could be. It could be.
If you discard the 5 or the 2.
Yes. I always hate those sort of pair weights when you've got 3 of a tile, though, because you know at most there's 1 left, and you actually see all 4 of the 5 marks. So all 4 of the 5 pins.
Oh, the 2 makes it a 147. I mean, discarding the 5 makes it a 147 weight, and that's what she'll take.
Yeah, I just missed that. I need to practice that at some point.
It's I find the best way is to count the suji. So we could count. We counted 4 of the 2-5 suji and 3 of the 3-6 suji and 2 of the 4 suji. So that means there's an extra 5, and we need 1 more 147.
Okay.
It's hard to explain without any visuals, but
I think while we were chatting, Tsukada just snuck into Tenpai as well. Just really check that again. But yeah, absolutely. She's waiting on 6-9 for no Yaki. Oh no, pure sequence. What am I talking about? But yeah, Tsukada just wants to shut this hand down, get Kitagawa off of her dealership. Does not need to take any risks, can fold. But being ready, just in case. That is the 4.
that's
Not the
Tenpai's
6 for a second.
Oh, that's a swappy dappy kind of with a different.
Yeah.
The suji swappy dappy.
Playing the tile you believe to be slightly safer because you're near the end of the hand, you don't expect it to win. Yeah, I wouldn't want to play a 4 pin to this board. 1 pin it's still not great, but it's less bad, less scary.
Well, look at that fill in. Not
Ooh.
Tenpai, but
Not Tenpai though. Yeah.
Hayakawa does not need to win any hands. She is doing a great job being patient. Just saying, can you guys hurry up and decide which one of you is joining me?
Yes. So we have 3 players ready. Hayakawa's technically going to lose 4,000 points, But 4 points isn't the end of the world. Yet. Who knows how this could go? But so far, we are still in South 2. The gap between Kitagawa and Tsukada is still the same. I should probably not count Seto out, of course. But at the same time, the score's going to look very different if Kitagawa ever overtakes Tsukada here. Try to get a calculator out and actually work it out, but the gap between
does not have a great hand
30,
to start
right?
with. What?
The gap between second and first is 30, I think, effectively. Unless I misread it.
As it stands right now, yes.
Okay. So if Kitagawa were to overtake, Tsukada would lose 30, Kitagawa would gain 30. It's not enough, but it's close.
First and second is 30, second and third is 20, and third and fourth is just 10 when you put in the UMA, so the gaps. So when you have those tiles like clumped together, a lot of the same tiles, we had the 4, 4, 5, 5, 5, 6, 6. Each sequence requires one tile of each Suji set. There's 3 Suji sets, 1, 4, 7, 2, 5, 8, and 3, 6, 9. So every sequence, no matter what sequence you try and make in Mahjong, has to use one tile from each sequence set, as each Suji set. So if you count how many tiles in each Suji set, then you know which ones are extra. So 4, 4, 5, 5, 5, 6, 6 is an easy one. Because you can see there's 2 of the 4, 1, 4, 7 Suji, 3 of the 2, 5, 8, and 2 of the 3, 6, 9. So you have an extra 5, right?
Yes.
So what we had a second ago was 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 5, 6, 6. So we had 4 of the 2, 5, 8 Suji, 2, 5, 5, 5. And we had 3 of the 3, 6, 9 with 3, 6, 6, and then just 2 4s. So we had an extra 5, an extra of the 2, 5, 8, and not enough of the 1, 4, 7. So that's sort of a shortcut. If you can learn to think that way, then it everyone watching as well, then it's sort of a shortcut to see which Suji you need more of. So if you discard the 5, we just need one more 1, 4, 7, and everything will be even.
I actually really like that. Because the way I used to do it would be like choosing a pair and then looking at the rest of the hand, and then like, but what if the pair was this? What if the pair was this? What if the pair was... that does save a lot of time. I'm going to start trying that in future. That's really useful.
Yeah, when you need your pair to be in that sequence, that can be very useful. But in this case, we had a pair somewhere else, so we could
That's
just
also
think
very
of them
true.
as sequences. So little tricks that they take some getting used to, but once you do, then it makes it faster in the end. And
All right.
Tempai for Hayakawa, waiting for the 5, 8, quick west hand, which is her sea wind.
Hayakawa absolutely just trying to move the game along to make sure no one else has a chance of overtaking. This is kind of her perfect situation, right? Because all 3 of the other players all have a shot. It doesn't look like it, but looking at the scores right now, but based on the amount of time we've got left in the game and just that massive first place bonus, everyone has a shot for second. And I was just like, okay, as long as you're fighting for second and I keep first, I'm okay with this.
Yeah, she doesn't have. It doesn't matter to her who advances with her at all. Just all the other players are desperate to try and overtake each other.
Exactly. And yeah, as long as they're fighting amongst each other, hopefully they're not going to be looking too much at you specifically. Although I guess Seto needs points. She doesn't just need to win. She needs to... Well, she doesn't need to just score a few points to get ahead. She actually needs to actually overtake someone. But that's not impossible by any stretch.
No, but
Getting
Hayakawa
a bit
would
harder
win
now,
it.
though.
Just 1,000 points. I'm sorry. Did she have Dora? No, Dora.
Think there may have been a 3.
One Dora. Okay. Sorry.
Okay.
I was looking at the reach stick and thinking that was the payment. That was just a reach stick that was on the board that was being handed to her by the dealer, Kitagawa.
Yes. Either way, though, the most important thing is that we are now no longer in South 2. We're in South 3. So for
She had
Hayakawa,
one Dora. Sorry. and
Everyone
one
else.
continuance, so it would be 2,300 points.
We have a half flash starter kit for Tsukada. More than happy to try and build your half flash at home with all the pieces that have been given. Follow the instruction manual. Honestly, though, even just a quick open half flash, maybe in a full flash, that honestly it's doable.
Half
But just
flushes
a
are
nice.
the IKEA hand.
I think a metaphor Gemma used sometimes for hands like that. It's like a self-driving car, or a car with a mad driver. It's going. You're in the car. You're going fast to your destination. You don't know if you're gonna make it there alive or not, but you're definitely heading somewhere quickly.
And you are
You're
not
ranking
the
your
one
dates and your
steering
Riichi
anymore.
turns. I'm morbidly curious. Please tell me how you do this.
Yeah, I gotta say I'm curious as well, Brian.
Like, are we talking
Somebody says, let's
Yaku?
go Rika.
Are we talking like that was a Sam Byman right there?
Open-ended weights.
Mm.
Um,
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, you're just a Kanchan. I can't deal with you right now.
he might be worth more points, but
In the meantime, though, we do have not a lot of exciting things going on. Sadly, Kitagawa is trying her best just to get anything, and she's got a good hand here, building it up quick. We have this hand, which is stalled out a little bit. Still 3 away from that flush. Keeping the middle tiles in the other suits because honestly, you just get to a nice early reach, especially as dealer, or just any tempai is good enough as dealer. Felt like dealer 2 has 6. I see. Okay, so like the hand value was pretty low, but at least she's got a lot of mini points by the end there. Yeah, I see.
you conned at some point. There was a con. Not
Yes.
like an honor tile con, but one of the middle tiles was conned. Second date, you'll see if there's an Uradora or not.
It was a close count. I see. It still can reach.
Yeah, close con of the middle tiles, not honor tiles. That would go up to 70 probably.
But still, that's I'm sure that works. I'm sure you could probably get very specific with that, honestly. If you're counting like Han and Fu, yeah, I could see that. In the meantime, I've been chatting. Not much has changed in our dealer's hand. We've sorted out one of the middle tiles for an honor tile, just in case we actually just pair that up and go for the. Well, this is actually Tempai for Kitagawa, but she's not going to take it because she wants to go for the potential pin through, the potential all inside, potential pure sequence as well.
He does
I think that's
need a
perfectly
fair number of points at least to overtake Tsukada for now, and then try and make something come back in the last hand.
Yeah, I was trying to work that out, and I guess it's 60 points, right? So, like, because Kitagawa will be getting 30, Tsukada will be losing 30.
There's
And
a
the gap
reach.
is about 70, 71, 72, so an extra 12,000 points on top. It's definitely doable for Kitagawa.
Yeah.
It's not going to be easy, but it's definitely doable. A nice upgrade, though, for Tsukada, if she's willing to keep attacking this hand. Bit of an awful dependency on the 7 of dots that we see 2 of, but if she
She can
draws it,
still cheat though for a big hand and
yes.
sort of lock in her position.
Yeah, absolutely. If she does draw that 7 of dots, I think there's only one left. We
Oh.
see. Oh, that's not Tempai, but
It's not Tempai, but that makes it a lot wider because now she has
absolutely.
pair options.
Pair options, possibly Toy if we're willing to
Options.
go. Like, there's a lot of exciting things potentially. Second Dora, speaking of exciting, for Seto. Don't ever count Seto out. We've seen her make comebacks from worse positions than this, I swear. We've seen her a lot on these streams.
So Brian isn't the only one. Marie says once I had a really good date, and the first thing I did when I got home was tweet that I felt I just got a Yakuman in real life.
Oh,
So this is
I love
common
that.
among mahjong players. It's
Yeah.
not isolated.
Oh, that's sweet. And yeah, Tsukada here, she is in second place. She knows that if she wins this, she's guaranteed through, but not willing to take the risk. The three of bamboo is just too much to ask when we see the reach from the player who is breathing down your neck. And probably wise because we just kept drawing, unfortunately, not the greatest tiles in the world.
Another white dragon for Rinka. I think that puts her one away, one or two away.
It should be one way she cuts the white or the eight. Yeah, absolutely. She thinks she was
White
one way before,
dragon.
right? This is the better one way now.
I mean, white dragon has the Dora, so
Yeah. But she still gets tempo if she calls the white dragon.
yeah,
But yeah.
it's mochi mochi though. We got two in Seto's hand and two in Rinka's hand.
Mm.
She remains one away though. She's hanging on to that possible tempai. If she can safely get there, she might be able to end uh, the last dealership that matters to her.
Yeah, exactly. So I've not talked about this reach. I do see, I believe, was it 3 1s and 1 4? So there's still 4 tiles out there for Kitagawa to sumo on for this Pinfu.
And interestingly, I think if Kitagawa gets ahead of Tsukada but doesn't get enough points for second place, she's going to open the door for Seto to
Yes,
hang back onto her second.
exactly. The scores are that close. This could be a very, very fun South 4 if Kitagawa manages to win this hand.
And Seto takes Tempai with two Dora.
Absolutely makes sense. Because if Seto can win this hand, as you say, then all she has to do is direct Hitsukada to be underneath Kitagawa and she can get into second that way, right? She still has a win con.
Yeah, she
She
can
just needs
definitely
to.
win from Tsukada to try and put her below Kitagawa. She's going to have conditions of who she can win from.
Everything to play for everyone except for Hayakawa, who just needs to sort of relax and not choke at the last minute. We are going to see Seto fold
Kitagawa wins
right
the more
as the 4
expensive
comes
side.
in.
Men tampin sumo. Each
Did not flip her up.
sumo.
What?
No
I would not be
hura.
complaining at this point in the game. It gets Kitagawa into first place for
And
this
that is the
match.
situation we were talking about now. Seto only needs 5,200 from anywhere.
Yes.
She
Yeah,
only
exactly.
needs
We're seeing it on
yeah.
screen.
Oh, if she wins from Kitagawa, it has to be 24,000 because she'll push Kitagawa under Tsukada, so she just can't win from Kitagawa. But from Tsukada directly, only 2,300, and from Hayakawa, only 4,500. 4,500 is kind of difficult to make, though. 5,200 is a bit easier. And Sumo 900, 1,800. Generally, you're going to go for a 1,000, 2,000 there as well, instead of worrying about the foo to make
Yes.
that the interesting hand. But Kitagawa has pretty much the same conditions um, as Seto because she got herself into first place. So you see that it's really close. She's only 100 points behind Seto overall now when she's in first place. So she has pretty much the same conditions except for that she can win 5,200 from anyone. Tsukada just needs to win anything to stay ahead. And Hayakawa just needs to win anything, but realistically, Hayakawa is just going to fold and end the hand. There's no reason for her to try and win a hand and delay the inevitable.
Yes. I get the most exciting matches, I swear. How's it
Yeah, this is
how's
a
it
good
getting this
one.
close, going into all last?
Yeah, crazy. 4,000? Just 4,300 from last place to second place. You
Yeah.
don't have to win the game or the hand. I mean, you have to win the game to get into second, but you don't have to get first place right here. Just have to get into second and to advance.
Yes.
Okay, Brian says
Good
a
luck.
date you're excited for but feel a bit flat is like a non-dealer 3 Han 20. This, I have to say this. It's so much more common in English to say things like 3 Han 20 or 1 Han 30. In Japanese, we would just say like the full score.
Makes sense, yeah.
So we'd say, oh, that's like Zanku. That's a Haneman. So it's an
We are seeing
interesting
Hay
cultural difference. That's all.
I love what we're seeing from Hayakawa. Just completely like, I don't want to win this hand. I'm just playing completely safe. I'm cutting the 4, the 5. I'm not going for Kokushi or anything like that. I mean, maybe she is, but I don't think she's really doing that.
There's no
I'm just,
reason for her to even get to Tenpai for a draw.
exactly. I'm just going to play all the unsafe tiles, like the first few draws, and then I'm out of here. Something I need to practice, like knowing exactly what to do to sort of prepare to fold later. When you, the only thing you need to do is just not deal in to anything crazy. Although to be fair, she is going for a Chanta as well. But no, she's completely folding out. Makes a lot of sense. We actually have potential Itsu from Seto. With that 6-man draw, it gets even juicier.
The Hayakawa, our dealer, she's also married to Namba Shibukawa, M Leaguer. And he has a really, really successful YouTube channel. Sometimes she will be on it and they will review her hands. She was on like the final table for the Women's League in JPML. Not this past year, but the year before.
That sounds,
Okay.
honestly, it sounds quite good. I mean,
Yeah.
it's one of those things like, honestly, somebody just put this up on blast, right? Like, I need someone to tell me exactly what I've done wrong here, because I know it doesn't feel right, and I can't look at my own games impartially sometimes.
So
So yeah,
actually, we
having
have these study sessions or seminars as
that's
World
true.
Reach professionals, and I bring in, or we bring in. I guess I'm just usually the one interpreting, but we bring in a sort of teacher. I have a guest teacher, 2 guest teachers a month that come in and review hands with us. And it's super duper helpful, and with lots of different pros, so it's lots of different perspectives. Prospectives. Um, so if you're interested in that sort of training, that is one of the perks of being a World Reach Pro. And signups for the test are open right now for World Reach Professional Mahjong, by the way.
Get involved. Yeah, going back to this hand right now, we have the potential Sanshoku versus the potential, well, Dora 3 with the Wests versus the Itsu. Everyone has the value to overtake, but who's going to actually draw it first? I do love how everyone's actually playing to the win con. We are seeing a call here because obviously the West triplet's fine. She's in the West seat. The Green Dragon triplet's also fine. Meanwhile, this is going to hopefully be 3-4-5 mixed triple sequence for Tsukada. And Seto has that 1 to 9 in the character tile Itsu. A lot of Yaku you don't always see, but when you have a win con, you got to play it. You got to find the value somewhere. It's really fun to see people try and do that. Keeping the North as a safe tile, I guess, because it was just discarded by Seto. I thought it was a 2-man there. I was getting excited on behalf of Seto, but no, not yet. She got to make a decision. Does she want to keep the pair? Is it worth maybe switching to the flush instead? Is it worth maybe just trying to build Pinfu and hope for the reach Pinfu Sumo?
It's essentially 5,200 from anyone except Kitagawa. So
Yes.
Riichi Tanyo. I feel like I want to go more for the straight, but those pairs are in the Monzu.
Choosing to, at least for now, sort of hedge.
Yeah.
Oh, another upgrade for Kitagawa. One away. She does need to get the West or the Green Dragon, though. These are tiles that I don't expect people to be playing. Hayakawa, it's just fun to see her hand because she's just got nothing but safe tiles. It's great. Gonna be Tenpai for Kitagawa, needing the Honor tile triplet. But either way, at least 3 hand, 4 if we get the West. Hang on, we should probably go check to see if that's enough. If we do get the green, she might need the West actually. But yeah. Do you see 1 West in Hayakawa's hand? That's never going to be coming out.
I think we lock
See
in
one.
the 8 ping. Oh, but now there's a 4, 5, 6 potential as well. I think it's still easier to get the straight.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, okay.
You're only missing 1 tile for the straight.
Yeah.
Whereas the Sanchecker, we're missing, I think, 3. Yeah.
I mean, you could go the 3 mon to kind of hedge both, but lock
Also,
in,
I wasn't
lock in the
looking.
pair.
Tsukada is Tenpai, but just for Pinfu only. I don't think she can run this.
Tsukada can
But she does-
win from anyone since she's already in 2nd place.
yeah, but it's just Pinfu currently.
Yeah, she can.
She hasn't,
Tsukada's the only one who can win with that and lock in
Okay.
2nd place.
Seto Tenpai?
Hang on, I need to reach out for a second. Yeah, exactly. I guess that makes sense. Okay, I see. You say if you hit anything, it's like a Patsuo or yeah. the luck based, the surprising ones.
So yeah, so having Hanenfu, saying Hanenfu is more of a nuance. Yeah, no, I think it's great. Oh, this is Tenpai for Seto.
Yes. Choosing airweight.
Not the full straight. Riichi Pinfu, and she's gonna hope for an Ura, I guess, or Ippatsu.
It's not Pinfu, it's a pair weight.
Oh, it's wait.
So it's just
Oh, yeah,
reach.
you're right. Shabo. Wow. Are there just too many 2 mons on the board?
We see what 2 discarded. Yeah, it doesn't look good,
Or she
sadly.
didn't want to reach if she can't win from Kitagawa, maybe. There are 2
Yeah.
2s right here in Kitagawa's discard.
And Kitawa, she has to push, right? She can't just fold. She knows she's behind. It might not feel good, but yeah, the 7 will pass.
Even Nitsuma for Seto requires an Ura.
Oh wait, no, I take it back. Sorry, she's got the Sanshoki. I was like, why is Sukada only going for Pinfu? No, she's got Sanshoki. Okay, that's actually locked in, confirmed. On the 6 and 9 of characters, we'll be seeing Tsukada in the final round.
Even if she has to switch it out, she doesn't need the Sanshoku.
But the green comes out.
Wins.
I honestly did not expect Kitagawa to go. I said she had to play behind, but I did not expect
The
her
reach
to actually
stick
make
is
the
enough
comeback.
to put her.
Is it enough? It must be, right? Surely. Especially with the Riichi stick. Yeah. I hope.
She needed 45, so that should be enough.
The Riichi stick was necessary.
Yeah.
But with that Riichi stick from Seto, she's managed to get plus 51.7 and minus 13.8 in the playoffs round. Well played to her.
Edges ahead of Seto. So Hayakawa was 3rd place in this game, but she advances. Kitagawa wins the game and advances from the last place position. What an underdog story. Seto just barely missed it. And Scott also just barely. She's. What just happened?
What a match.
To win that Pinfu hand and advance.
Wow. I honestly. I didn't mean to be a commentator's curse. I'm sorry. I feel like I cursed it when I was like, I'm going to cheer for the person in last place because I want to see them make a comeback. And then it happened. Oh, no. But congratulations. That was such a fun match.
Always,
so close. the
We're
whole
always
time.
we're always trying to root for a comeback from last place, and it finally happened. It usually doesn't, so it's
It usually
definitely
doesn't. That's
not
true.
in this case. In this case, it's not a commentator curse. I think it's a very welcome and happy surprise.
But yeah, good play from everybody. Really good disciplined defensive play from the player in first place, of course, who didn't need to do anything other than just make sure she doesn't lose.
Yes, I think she
Yeah,
won
Hayakawa
one
did
1,000 point
really well.
hand. Right. Or maybe
Exactly. Yeah, I think
2,000. Yeah.
she won a. I think it was in South 2 just to push Kizuko off of her dealership. Absolutely, and it makes sense, right? You just make sure other people don't win too many points in a row. Make sure everyone else is fighting amongst each other. Especially if you can create a situation like that where everyone has to go cheap. And even if you deal in, it's not the end of the world. It's great. Not that she needed to.
That was, we finally got to see it, I feel like. That was a
But yeah, we
huge
saw-
comeback. Remember, she needed 90. She was a 90-point difference. That was
It was
a
a
90-point
90-point
difference.
gap,
Yeah.
She needed the player in fourth to be in fourth, the player in third to be in third. It would not have been possible otherwise. So, well calculated, well played, and good luck in the semi-final.
All right.
But yeah, we will be
And-
having, I believe, 2 more games for you today.
Do
Although I
we
will be
have
stopping out.
an ad?
We could do an
on the
ad.
top out? I mean, any of the screens that we have. We can talk about the tour again and put up the. We actually do have links to the tickets are on sale already for the M League World Reach 2026 US Tour. I think some news outlets are already starting to pick it up as well. 2-day tournament in Las Vegas on the 27th and 28th of June. Day before that, there's going to be a press conference. If you know anyone in the press or media who would like to come to a press conference, they'll get to see the third favorite commentator on WRC emceeing that press conference and the tournament as well with Sayaka, my co-host for Skateball International. After the tournament and fan meetings and everything in Las Vegas, we're going to move over to New York City for more fan meeting and also exhibition matches of World Reach pros playing against M-Leaguers. Only the World Reach pros are going to be able to play on these streams. It's going to be American pros versus the top pros of Japan.
I hope the
We
American
have-
pros do well. I hope
Yeah.
not just going to be pasted. It's going to be great. Honestly,
We're
the
gonna
American pros
have
are very,
more-
very good. You've got to see
What?
a lot of their play. I was going to say, the American pros are very, very good. We've got to see them play on some of the World Riichi League streams. And I'm hoping they do well against the pros in Japan. Going to see a very exciting match, I'm sure.
Yeah, super exciting. We're going to be streaming all of it on the WRC channel right here as well. So it's so super exciting. We're going to have more announcements coming as well. There's lots more stuff to announce for this. So it's going to get better and better as we go even. Lots of prizes and things to announce as well. But for now, we will welcome those who are going to be taking over for us. Bem-vindos! That means welcome in Portuguese, so you guys can come in. Thank you.
Oh, see, I was trying to piece it together and I was like, does it smell like burnt toast in here? Am I able to hear words still? But that makes more sense. I don't know Portuguese, so.
We have
Adds up.
actually a lot of viewers from Brazil in the chat, so I'm trying to be
I've been seeing their socials on my Instagram feed. They're doing cool stuff down there. It always pops up for me. Shout outs to the Brazilian Riichi community for sure.
You can shout out to the Brazilian community by saying Bem-vindos.
Oh jeez, if I butcher that, is it gonna be worse?
No, it's in the chat. Moody is writing it for us as well.
Okay.
He answered
No,
us.
that sounds right. Bem-vindos.
Yes. Okay. All right. I will leave it to y'all. Did we? Oh, we have Did we look at the results screen from table D? I think.
We did. We saw, of course, our 2 advancing players. You can always take a look again, just in case.
Sorry, I was. I have short-term memory now. No short-term memory.
I mean, it was an exciting game. What a finish. Hayakawa had it pretty much in the bag, but the player that was going to come in second could have been any of the three, and it turned out to be Kitagawa, coming from way back after the first two games, getting the perfect set of conditions, playing that final round perfectly. And fair play to both Uika Seto and Miki Tsukada, who had Tempai, had a chance, but ultimately the wall said it was going to go to Kitagawa. So she will advance into the semifinals. And we have Table E coming up next.
Table E, that's going to be exciting.
Let's take a peek at the players. All right, so first dealer for our Table E, going to be Fuua for Team Matsuoka something. I'm not as hip to the kanji.
Sorry, I'll jump in here. Matsuoka Kabushiki Gaisha. So Matsuoka is a table manufacturer based in Osaka.
Very good.
Right.
South Seat Momoe Tabuchi. Again, you want to go through all of the team names?
Okay, I can help. Sorry. Team Mappi. And the West Seat is Yua Kago from Team Mango. And in the North Seat, Kotori Kajita. Actually, I cannot remember.
That was a little bit harder. No text.
It almost looks like Mushi, but
I think it's
that
just
feels
Mish, right?
wrong.
MYS.
Or Mish, that's what it was.
Mish.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, they don't have their text on there. I'm sorry.
It's hidden in
also,
there, but like very
Fuua.
faintly.
Fuua is from the Orb League.
That's right.
So Matsuoka is based in Osaka, and they sponsor a team in the Orb League in the western part of Japan. It's also FUUA, which I fixed on the video and on the results after this, but did not fix it on this. She likes to use two U's, so it's Fuua instead of just Fuua.
Excellent. Well, we will get to take a peek at the players as they go in just a moment, but hopefully the game will be just as exciting as the last one.
Yeah, it's going to be hard to that all last situation. Definitely down to the wire, and everybody just barely right there. Very excited to see how this goes. So remind me, Nathanael, are we running the same format as the other games we've seen today? Is it going to be the top two advance, or now that we're getting lower into the tables,
That's exactly it, or your spot on the money. So it will be tables D, E, and F, top two advancing into the semifinals. And of course, all of these tables that we're seeing today have played two games already. So this is the third and final game. And so point conditions are at stake. We can see right now in the white scores, the point totals coming into this. So big advantage to Yua Kago. 108.6 starting. She is absolutely having a blast so far these quarterfinals. Maybe we can just lock her in. I don't know if that's something we're allowed to do, but pretty comfortably coming into this. And now the second place is going to be at stake. Currently, Tabuchi at plus 32.2 holds that mark, but Fuua and Kajita both in contention. We saw what Kitagawa showed in the last game, coming back from last place to taking that second spot could absolutely happen here.
Yeah, that 100 points is definitely going to be hard to take over, but not impossible. Although I think for Kago, it's going to be much more of a lock. Definitely not guaranteed, but especially with how good these players are and how good their defense is, Kago can take a fourth and still have a very good chance at least being second overall in this group. And she's going to know that going in and is definitely going to be playing around that. Just absolute safety and game advancement.
Yeah, game advancement, it's one of those situations where you don't necessarily mind dealing into a hand to advance the game forward, as long as you are still comfortably in position. So we'll see if maybe she plays aggressively in some hands that she wouldn't normally do in order to look to advance the game. But nice 8-so draw. This is the Dora.
Good fill-in.
Kajita
gonna use it. Drops the 4-so. Definitely thinking about that 3-4-5 Sanshoku, but decided would rather play the floating 7. So that way, if we get another 8, we can play it at 2 Dora fairly reasonably. Maybe even E Peiko Dora 2 snipe somewhere hidden in there.
Yeah, players everywhere getting to Ishanten. A little bit harder for Kajita to make it with the missing pair situation, but
Yeah.
easy to turn those shapes into better ones. This Tanyao for the dealer, Fuua, is looking all right. And this 3-so pickup is huge.
Very big. We're even going to trim down the Pinzu shape, keep some of those wins. Was that Tabuchi who had the wins in the 3-so pickup?
Yeah, Tabuchi with the maybe Itsu play. The straight
Yeah,
coming in.
Itsu.
Ooh, finds the 6-so.
Oh, the 6, very good. And is
Shanten.
going to throw the West. I was going to say we might cut away from the Pinzu more, just so that way we have those safe wins to throw later. Definitely Tabuchi also going to be thinking about opting towards safety with that nice 100-point gap. But Tabuchi is definitely going to need to find value this game, whereas Kago, I don't think, is in the same predicament.
But we will see the Chi here confirming the
9.
Itsudoor 1 and choosing the 3-pin weight.
I actually love that. I am so in love with that from Tabuchi, because now if you get the North, you can call it and go into Furry 10 for half a second, but then you get the Honitsu Itsudora for Han Mangan. So you upgrade your value a ton, even though it's a little bit riskier to play it that way.
Yes, and the North, of course, having been discarded once already. Same for the 1-pin.
Yeah, the 1-pin would also be Furry 10, so not great. But if you drop the 2-pin, the 1-pin looks pretty safe after. So it'd be basically, I think, just if you draw that last North. At least that's how I would read it playing it. We'll have to see.
Before
how
that, the expensive
Tabuchi-
side, the Sanshoku. Kago, as expected, not playing any more than she needs to. If it was early in the round, certainly we would have seen a Riichi there, but just taking the Pinhu Sanshoku there and shutting down
especially
the
in the Takame. 3,900, really, really good. Any buffer that Kago can get right now is going to be huge, because every points that she gets more are more points that she can play around with and either deal in to advance the game or just be fine eating sumo after sumo with.
Notably, that is Tabuchi who took the hit there. Of course, she could not have known that that was going to be a deal-in, but she was the player in second place, so the other players definitely eyeing up stealing first place away from Kago and winning the big Oka boost as well, giving themselves a chance.
Yeah, they're going to be hungry for it. Although, in all honesty, I think Kago is looking to make a statement, because she is now in a good Ishanten after that June call. Very wide, a lot of calls to make to get to Tenpai. Looking to just get this game moving along. I will be interested to see if Kago does win this hand, how she approaches the dealership next turn, though.
That is going to be an excellent question. Assuming that this does advance in dealership, Tabuchi picking up the south pair. That's not
or connected.
Yeah. Feels like going to actually break 1-2 mon, looking for better shapes, not satisfied with the current ones. Oh, and just another beautiful improvement for Kago. I was going to say, even if she does not call into Tenpai or draw into Tenpai immediately, there are so many tiles that improve the shape further that it's just a fantastic hand.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a time game with everybody else. Oh, and the Penchon hit right when it's cut, the classic. Hate to see it. Tabuchi going to have to adapt around that 2-3 mon.
Ishanten, Kajita. Oh, and after picking up Dora 2,
pickup.
we make an Onkos, so this is looking very strong for Fuua as well.
Another pair to Tabuchi. 7-mon drop will not be taken. No shenanigans, just playing the hand straight, going for a Riichi. That seems to be what Kajita's game plan is. Going to drop the 8-mon to play both the Ryanmans and likes the 2-2-3 over the 4-7.
Classic, hold the more terminal shape. There's a call. Tenpai. Kago waits for
even trying to advance the game. Yeah, even trying to advance the game. If Dora were to come out now, that'd be Tanya Dora too. That'd be a pretty decent hand. And Kago doesn't really care. She just wants this game to get on moving. Although I think 4-7 pin is a pretty bad way. All the 7 pins held. 4 pin needed here for Kajita. Yes, for Kajita. And then 2 7 pins in Fua's hands. So it's going to be very, very hard to get that last 4 pin. Or there are 2 4 pins left in the wall. Excuse me, one of the last 2 4 pins.
There's a... Just throwing 3 pin or 2 pin back is pretty natural here. It is a funny Tanya look with 9-1.
I was thinking about that. You get the pun call, the Tempai. You also get the cheese. To take the
Oh, is this a
Tanya
value
Tempai,
hunt,
but-
finding Ipeko as well?
Okay. Yeah, it seems like Kajita recognizes that being in last here, we really need to increase as much value for every hand as we can. So, likes keeping the Ipeko possible upgrade, even though we're slowing the hand down for it.
That's something that Jenn also talked about in the previous game. There was an early Riichi Pinfu that she thought maybe you could consider holding off a turn, try to find the Junchan upgrade, which would have been, of course, 3 additional Han. But because the other side had door acceptance, it also was a kind of natural Riichi, so really 50-50.
Going Ishanten for dealer Tabuchi. A dealer Riichi could throw a wrench in everybody's plans. Tanyo upgrade to possible Tanyo upgrade for Kajita. There's some of that value she was looking for. Oh, geez. And what do you even do with this?
So going for win rate, 5 pin is natural. If you're trying to avoid dealing in 2 pin, who wants to win the hand, not avoid dealing?
With those 2 7 pins, makes a lot of sense. Keep it an extra 4 so. We get some weird Fu upgrades. If our pin for Tanya goes away, gives us some more options.
And also the 3 so
Also,
will
what's
just
it
give
doing?
you Ipeko with a Shabo on the 2 pin, 3 pin, which is also Tanya. So this hand has really grown in value, potential. Six pin, 9 pin here would be an awkward tempai for Fuua. Oh, we're gonna see the 5 pin cut. Safety first.
Yeah, Kago, I think also a little bit trying to go, there's a lot of 5s. That 4 looking a bit easier to come out. Although I think when players see the 5 pin come from hand, I don't know if they buy that she was folding from here. Might indicate that her weight is somewhere in that ballpark.
Yeah, I mean, the question would be, who are you folding against? And I don't know that the dealer is looking ready or expensive. Well,
Decision time.
you could play 2 pin for safety.
Throw the 2 back though. Keep that great Ishanten and a Tanya possible upgrade found for Fuua. That'll help a late call in order to finish the hand, but right now it kind of just looks like Kago might be the only one able to get Tempai. Everybody else still stuck in Ishanten, and draws are dwindling.
Dealer desperate to find a tempai here. Needs 5-8 so, 5-8 pin.
So not going to do it. I do think that is Kajita's last draw. Still has a chance to make a couple pawns. We do have one more draw.
Tabuchi not hitting.
Can't find a...
Does she get off all of a sudden? Is 4 scary enough? It is.
Thinking about it, yeah. I think wondering just maybe too, is there even a point in taking the risk? Kago doesn't need points, so Tempai payments are cheap. We are going to see the Chi though, 4 Tempai for Fuua. Another draw to the dealer, but not going to help.
So, really interesting hand ends in a draw, but that really works in the favor of Fuua, who picks up 3,000 points, and Tabuchi loses another 1,000. So we're getting even closer in the live standings with Fuua taking the lead here. You can see the mark in yellow, the current live standings. shows that she is only about 28 points away.
Yeah, with that first to fourth too, that's 28 points of raw score difference on top of being first, and having your main opponent be in fourth is kind of a big hurdle, especially when you have Kago, who's actively going to be trying to wrap this game up as quick as possible. Puts an already strict timer on the match to make up that 30 points even stricter.
And this is the hand that you were interested in watching, the dealership of Kago. Yeah,
Still
pretty
seems
reasonable
like she's
hand.
playing it normal.
Yeah.
Maybe the strategy being she'll play the hand normal, go for like a Dama win at some point if something looks scary to shut it down, but maybe even pass a win and then go no 10 at the end of the dealership. I would not be surprised if that's Kaga's strategy right now.
Looks like a flush brewing for Kajita in the Manzu. Nice 5-man draw. Maybe Itsu as well. This full straight could add 2 Han. Move towards Tanyao or Kago. We'll see if she chooses to open later. And Haku pair up.
Dropped. Will it be called? It will. Snapped. Kajita wants to get this value. It's going to drop the south out.
South is her wind, of course, but
twice out. So,
and also keeping dragons. You never know what can happen when you hold onto dragons.
That's true. I mean, when you're that close to the Itsu, though, it feels a bit hard to collect too many of them. I'd imagine the plan here is to go Itsu for our third Han, but if we pair a dragon, we might also try and fish that for our for our fourth Han. Definitely fishing for that Mangan upgrade.
And now it's time. I do appreciate the thought though. With Adora and the East.
Cut the pinch on now. Trim one of our shapes. All of our shapes for Fuua's hand, not the best, but I mean, have some work. I guess with 2 7-pins out, it's a bit of a harder keep on that 8-pin that was drawn last turn. 2, we're going to check. It'll pass. An interesting weight on that 9-pin. And decides to go 3. Is that a Chitoi?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Oh, Chun Para, but it just came out for the second time, so it would have to be the pair of the hand. And yeah, we're just going to throw that back. Oh, and there's the one so pair up.
Oh, well, speaking of, that'll help. And now surely we're thinking of Chitoi, right? Yeah, and I think with that 3-4 split, it's got to be at that point.
Sometimes you look at your hand and you say, it's just too slow as a normal hand, so what is another way I can find to get there? And the other consideration here is that, you have a player that's openly aiming for a flush. It's going to be hard to drop tiles of that suit. So the solution, just pair up those tiles, and then you don't have to ever drop them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, maybe the West is what was scary for the hand and what caused it as well. Maybe I want to Chitoi back up. Although with 2 on the board, I think it would. Oh, Khan in the half flush shoot. That is going to be very, very scary for the rest of the board. Now it's guaranteed to be Mangan and has some backdoor Hanemon chances as well. Everybody's going to be very hesitant to throw Manzu now, I would imagine.
7 so definitely has some utility as a Dora connector. Play the 6-pin instead. Just keep all of the shapes.
And so we'll throw it back. Already committed to the 2 cut.
And this is a spot, we were talking about. Ooh, hold on. Hold that thought. 2 Dora.
Oh. 2 Dora and awkward to play. With the Manzu flush, or the Manzu half flush, it's going to be really hard to get one of those Ryanmen, let alone two. So extending that shape out almost is a death sentence for the hands. But man, dropping that new Tora 4 is scary work.
Kago now saddled with the East that has been paired up in Fuua's hand for so long.
3, 4, 5. Yeah, and we'll split it right away. Don't want to. I think each player is identifying exactly what they can and can't throw and what they're too scared to.
Ooh, slight upgrade. 1 mon improves the acceptance. Now we can use another 1 mon and the 9 mon added to the drawing pool.
Cut 2, 4. We're working in parts of our hands to accept all this Manzu, but again, this late in the row 3. Problem is, it is too little for time. 5 so pickup. That'll help. If we want to get crazy, we could throw the 4, but we're gonna throw the 5 pin. Too hard.
Yeah, this dropping the Dora at this stage of the game is rough from first place, but it's not, this first place isn't enough. You will need to win more points, almost certainly.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, maybe mathematically so.
Yeah. I mean, it's either that or Tabuchi deals in enough to help make that gap, but Tabuchi, again, also recognizes her conditions and is just going to play smaller and smaller and safer as time goes by and there's less hands to threat her. We do see the Chi. That'll switch Haite, but still kind of unlikely to get Tenpai. Still Ishanten after that call for, I believe, Fuua.
That's right. We'll need to drop a So tile. Four pin is not it, so we go to our last 2 draws and Yukyoku.
Yukyoku, nobody Tenpai too.
I mean, that's a dream scenario for Kago. She always wanted to pass her dealership with the minimal points possible, and 0. That's a pretty good number.
It's about as small as you can go.
And so we move to the dealership of Kajita, who has the largest ground to make up. Of course, if she jumps to first place, that will take a chunk away.
Yeah, but still going to need, I think, a 40k difference on her and Tabuchi in order to pass it. If Fuua needs about 30 more points.
Kind of so high pie
10 more.
For her few Kanchan shapes and no Dora.
And so pick up, that'll help Fuua. Dora 2, definitely going to be a hand to try and finish up and play aggressive for.
Started with the East pair once again. We'll see if it comes out this time. And if it does come out, if we choose to open with 3 Han, that is a pretty good number. You still have at least 4 hands to play afterwards. Maybe we even move in the direction of a flush.
Now decision time for Tabuchi. It's going to drop the Haku. Likes the 6-8. Oh, and another great pick up for Kago.
Wondering if we're...
Kajita in a bit of a pickle.
Yeah, I mean, the 3 mon is the tile that fits the least. But
yeah, but just
you really want to
trying to find
shapes.
Speed. Yeah, trying to find speed where it just doesn't exist. Like it's how do I speed this hand up that I kind of just have to rely on the wall giving all the speed to me. And the wall's not doing that. So how do I get creative? How do we find speed where it doesn't exist?
So 7 pin, a very natural cut as a follow. Then you still keep a good shape in your hand and float that 3 mon for a good connector as long as you can. How about this? I believe that's a 4, so...
It is a 4-so. The question is, what do we do? We could break our Pinzu shape to go for that Honitsu Dora 2, and we're going to do it. Fuua said, I need points, and if there's a hand that gets me points, it is Honitsu or Chinitsu in the Dora suit.
Just moments after pulling in the 3-pin connector, filling the penchant shape, we'll throw it back. That whole thing's going.
Hey, Mensus don't belong in value. Or other suit Mensus don't belong in value. We don't need them.
Yeah, so I imagine we'll see basically any pull at this point. The 1-so is a little bit tricky because you're likely going to need to use the East as a pair, but it's fine. It's Mongon anyway.
Yeah, and if you get a good enough Sozu on the Ishanten range, you can justify the East cut anyway. Because the Chinitsu would add another 3 onto it, which would be valuable, especially if you get a triplet of the 5s, then you get Baimon range.
Baimon is exactly what you're looking for here. Oh, East Onko, forget that.
Oh, the East Onko. Now we can even think about a reach. That is crazy value.
Okay, 6-0 goes through now, just barely. So pair. Ishanten.
It's going to be very tough for Fuua. Good for Kago, though. Going to limit the value on the board. The fact that 2-3 is denied from Fua's hand.
And we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see another Chi.
It's a Tenpai. Picking the way 2-mon 8-so Shampom.
Shun, are we gonna see the Daiminkan? Nope. Said let's not get too crazy on just a Shabo. Not quite good enough.
Oh, the 5-so. Hold on a second. That's
the Uncle of 5. Oh, but the 1-4 is so bad. Are we gonna take it? We want it. We want it all, even though it's Suji. 1 on the board for each.
Guaranteed Baimon. Sumo is San Anko. San Baimon.
Oh my god. Yeah. Sumo Saranko is guaranteed Sanbaimon. That is crazy. That is the exact hand you need. The gap made all right there, and we see a tank from Tabuchi with this Riichi hitting the board. It could be anything. What is it? A Chitoi trap
She
with
doesn't
Dora?
believe it. Yeah, you've got to fight here.
Calls it. Especially when you're behind, you got to set the precedence. You got to shut down whatever they're trying to do.
Kago does not need to fight this. 6-so.
Out 6-so.
That's a good tile.
Scary.
But you have to drop the 9-so. That's really hard to do. It's the draw 5-mon, no go.
Yeah, 1-4-so. Still one of each left in the wall, unless I missed one.
Of course, for the other weight, 2-mon 8-so. Tiles live for that as well. 3-so, that's not it.
3 won't do it.
There's just no way that a pin tile can deal in here. Surely 3-pin, 2-pin, 1-pin came from hand, almost in sequence.
And then these 9-sos come. No 9s on the board. The 6-so, a little bit harder to get. So scary for these players to draw. We're going to see the 3-so cut from Kago. I wonder if it gets walled if people check the 1. If whoever draws the 1-so checks it. Because there is a world where all 4 3-so get played. With 1-so out on the board, that's decent odds. The last one will pass.
Oh, we'll fold on the 7-mon, the Monzu too hard.
Wow.
All right, at this point, it all comes down to the draws for Fuua. Oh, the 4-so.
There's one of the 4s.
Ishan then for Kajita, the dealer Khan.
The Khan.
No way, we Rinshan this 1-so out of the wall. Flips north, that's not relevant. 4-mon.
I'm not going to do it.
The wrong 4. And now we're also going to look to Kajita. She could find a Tenpai. 3-pin's not it.
Yeah, 9-so again. Scary push, though. It is a hard justify.
Oh, back to Tenpai.
Freighton Tenpai. Tune 8-so, 6 drawn. That last bird, the Phoenix tile still in the wall. Missed again by Fuua. Time ticking.
Ah.
One more draw.
Door's not
Bob
coming out, that's
John.
for sure.
No. Absolutely not. Think tank here. I think Kajita deciding whether it's worth the push is going to try it.
8 so no go.
8 safe. Could have pawned that to get Tempai. Don't need it. Kajita, excuse me, Tabuchi opting towards safety.
Yeah, I think normally you might consider it, but you have to consider draw
Last
situation as
tile.
well.
Green not going to go. And that is going to do it. Fuua, the only one in Tempai. And I mean, man, if you are Kago, look at that hand. You go, whew, glad that didn't hit. And even better feeling that dealer was not able to reclaim Tempai there. And so the game is still moving. We're on to South 1 already.
Oh, what a miraculous hand that falls to just 1,000 all. Leaves a stick in the middle.
Oh, geez, but Fuo's not done making statements yet. We have Dora 2 in the dealer high pie. Rest of the shape, not the worst.
Is there
Almost looks like it wants to be a Chanta. It's a little clunky, but
a
the
Junchan
pieces are there.
drops the door? No, one first.
Yeah, I think with Dora pair, just kind of decided right away that the Chanta Junchan route wasn't worth it. Oh my god, Kago's hand is crazy.
She
Okay.
doesn't need it, but we're here for it.
Wow. Yeah, Anko of Haga. I mean, it did happen earlier. The 8-0, such a huge pickup.
South first. Okay, we'll decide later. Yeah, there's a 6-mon, 6-so, 5-mon cuts later if she wants the Chanta / Junchan. I guess at this point it would be Junchan.
Yeah, I really like this play from Kago, deciding to just kind of trim all of one suit, and this might be the 5-mon here, honestly.
Okay, could be
Not gonna cut the
Sanchoku using
1-mon.
Dora pair.
That's true.
That's a viable way.
Even just playing efficiency from what it looks like. Yeah, I like Kago deciding to drop all of the Manzu because if the hand develops, you have a huge threat. Dora, Anko, okay. Surely 5-mon now, right? You have a
Yeah.
1-2 pin weight. It's not great, but man, it's something.
There's a clear calling route now for Sanchoku Dora 3. 12,000 points with an open hand. Wow, could we see more dragons?
Okay,
please?
pair the tune. Kago also making some value moves on the table. Doesn't even need them. Could think about keeping the East. Don't want it, though. We made our decisions. Pair of 3-mon causes a bit of pause. Double south. Although it is twice out. I wonder if there's a Chitoi Hellway angle that we're debating.
That's
Or
just
maybe
gonna
even just a Honitsu.
hold a safe tile.
Yeah, it could be.
2-mon, no good here. A very specific set of tiles,
Do
unless
it.
you draw a connector to the 6-so or the 7-pin 4. Who, there's the pole. We're going to see the Honitsu play. Still room for
now Kago's
Daisonga.
playing the Honitsu. It's plausible. It's plausible. I mean, it's Kago is gonna thread it, and people kind of have to push, but it'll trip them up dealing into that Honitsu. It's not in the Dora suit, but with 2 Yakai, we get there, and there's a lot of dragons missing from this board.
Shun has been drawn by Tabuchi. That is the pair.
Force a pair for Kajita. Big for the hand.
Out it
We'll
goes.
get snap called.
Unfortunately, this is Tempai, so we're not going to see any more than that.
Yeah, Honitsu Tempai on the 6-0.
Mongon, this would be a devastating blow to anyone who cut the 6-so. 6-so paired
Is it a
up?
pair of the 6?
Did Fuua just get
Oh!
saved?
If I normally when you use the term angel tile, it's when somebody reaches
Oh my-
and you draw it on there. But the last 6-0 to Kago after that amazing pull.
And the
Oh my goodness.
dealership is over. Kago will take over the lead, and Fuua is going to need to pull even more now to chase down Tabuchi.
that Oya payment from Fuua to the Oyakabari is so devastating. 2 extra K from being in the wrong spot at the wrong time. Oh my goodness.
But there's a chance even in this hand. This is the dealership of Tabuchi, so she can just get another Oyakaburi right back.
That's true. I mean, if there's any hand to fish for a Yakuman sumo, it might be this one. This is your last Oyakaburi. That on Tabuchi is so many points. I'll be curious to see if Fuua or Kajita are just gonna kind of fish something crazy just because of that.
I think even though the dealership is passed, Fuua does not need to go for Yakuman just yet. Something like Hanuman Sumo would be massive here, because remember, she dropped down into second place, so there's still the big first place Oka to pick up once again.
But with Kago just having dragon pair after dragon pair, Yakuhai after Yakuhai, building it into these easy Honitsus just with how the hand is formed, she is an absolute menace to this table, already in first and just nothing but bless from the wall. Pick up the Ryamen with it. Why not?
How about another Honitsu? Table's not stopping you. Another pair,
Oh, but
okay.
hold on.
Chichoi is a route to Hanuman, already singleton copy of the Dora.
Chitoi Shanten. Very scary. Fuua could catch somebody off guard, and we do have Tenpai on the 4-pin already.
It's just so fast.
1 out, but my eyes, if they don't deceive me, Kajita is floating 4-pin. That could be very bad.
Kajita has the last dealership in this game, so she, more than any other player, can be a little bit patient. I do think,
Yeah.
you know, her condition, she is far enough back that you'd like to pick up points before your dealership, and so if she gets a good tempai, it might come out. I think we'll see a so tile before 4-pin or 8-pin.
I mean, that's the last 4-pin, so there's no valid win for Kago, but there's the 8-pin. It passes. The question is, what about the 4? And to Kajita's credit, that 4-pin did come out earlier and was not called by Kago. They still think that it's good.
Yeah, there's no overflow, no suited tile overflow, but there are 2 calls and 2 honor cuts, which is pretty aggressive. Well, there's Tsumogini. We already knew the 8-pin was safe, though.
Seeing the 9-pin safe might actually help Kajita too.
Oh, she will try the 4.
But is going to try the 4. Deals into Honitsu Chun. No Fu upgrade, but not needed. 3,900 worth its weight in gold for Kago as we enter South 3. And I'm going to be honest, I struggled to see how we don't immediately go into South 4 after this hand. Kago is up so much that she might even be willing to eat Yakuman Oyakaburi here.
Wouldn't be happy about it, that's for sure, but...
Wouldn't be happy, but I mean, hey, her money's good here. She's got plenty of it. Is even looking to make maybe an aggressive Honitsu play just to try and shut down the rest of the board.
Notably, with Kajita dealing in, it is a tie for 3rd and 4th place, and I believe the advantage goes in seat order, so Tabuchi breaks that tie.
Oh, is it? It's not split?
Yes, I believe ties are broken in this fashion.
Okay. That does affect it. That's a really big advantage for Tabuchi.
Another pair for Kajita is Chitoi the way to go.
We'll start going that way for Kajita. Not full committal, but a route to value as Tabuchi just kind of, I don't want to say drawing dead, but like, man, how do you make some value out of this? Drop 6-pin, hope to build out to an Itsu. Like there's not a whole lot going on there, and Kako just can't stop drawing well from the wall. Oh my goodness, what was that? 2nd Anko for that hand? Great shape to pair with it.
Save some draws for the semifinals. You don't want to get all your good draws right now.
Yeah, debate here from Fuua, kind of the same situation. How do I milk this hand for all the value it's worth? Is he even going to drop that South Yaku high pair?
Yeah, Tanya Pinfu Sanshoku seems pretty nice.
Yeah. Hako Ishanta.
I don't know that she's
Absolutely
even
insane.
trying to win this hand. It's just coming together.
No, look at her discard pawn. She's got a Tuso and then 3 middle Pinzu. She can't hit a bad draw.
You
It's
trying to
insane.
fold, and the wall says no. 6, so not really the tile you're looking for here.
Yeah, I mean, maybe a Chitoi Tanyao. You do get Dora 2. If you pick up Dora 2, then you could get Chitoi Tanyao Dora 2 for Mangdan, Riichi for Hane.
Yeah, I guess
You get Nura, you get Paimon.
benefit of 6 so pairs that you can draw the 2 mon and make a Yamen out of it as I see it.
Yeah, that too. Could even see 8-8 here. Imagine. Some weird Junchan. Not taking just yet, though.
And so an easy decision. No room for terminals in this hand. 5 so.
5 so. It'll help for Tabuchi, but again, getting that big value is still feels a ways off.
I mean,
so Anko, hold on. Or Tupin Anko. Kajita debating
Suanko,
here.
I
Is gonna
guess.
keep that outside. I mean, yeah, Suanko, even a good Chitoi. Something.
Ooh, are we going to super greed? Yeah, 6 so. Gonna hedge both Sanshoku.
Makes sense.
Still holding the Damaten here for Tabuchi. Doesn't need value, just needs to win the hand. Well,
You
then.
know, another Anko. I
Oh,
mean,
the
surely
spire.
green here, right?
It doesn't come out. Still safe.
That is true. That 5-pin ticking time bomb.
It just feels like it's got to come out in the near future.
Mhm.
Oh, it's got it. It's Tenpai. Sanoko Tenpai.
Oh. I mean, if you think the 5-pin
There's a 6 mon out.
good,
You can't. It's harder to get Suanko
6
with a
mon,
once
that's
cut
true.
6 mon.
That's true.
Oh, it's the 5.
Oh, and the 5's gonna come out. Deals into Tabuchi.
Kago thrilled with that result. Tabuchi thrilled with that result. Who in a lot of trouble now because Kajita has dropped to 4th.
I think they're discussing the time to do math.
That's right. We're
all
in
that
all
fun
last.
things.
It's math time.
Oh boy, and these. I mean, I think it's in a way straightforward until Kajita wins a hand or two, and the fact that Fuua just needs like a Yakuman on Tabuchi. Is that even enough? Actually,
It should be.
32.
She'll jump to first place and get a
Ooh.
huge boost.
Oh yeah, she'll jump to first. Yeah. So kind of a Yakuman direct, even or actually, ooh, wait, no, because Kajita would still be in third.
23. I
'Cause
think
you would have
Yakuman, any
57.
Yakuman will be good enough.
What you go up to 57?
Oh, well,
Tabuchi
let's
goes
see.
down
I
to.
miscounted the the negatives here. Yes, it's
I think it's bare. I think it's short, not that short, but short.
yeah because it's
God, you know it's-
70. It's double Yakuman sumo. Only 24,000 direct though. So
Yeah.
she could do Sambai.
You know it's bad when you look at conditions and it's just all Ron and double Yakuman for Fuua for the Tsumo.
For everyone else, very
Although
straightforward.
some Baimon though for Ron on Tabuchi.
That's right.
So that's actually that's some wiggle room.
I mean,
That's
she
something
built
there.
a Sanbaimon hand. It had to be Tsumo, but
That's true.
or Urasan, but she had a Sanbaimon hand earlier in this game. Could not find the last copy of the 1-so. The 4-so went to the wrong player's hand. We'll see if she can pull it off again. Here we go. All last, Kajita the dealer. Of course, if Kajita wins, we will see more hands. So this doesn't necessarily have to be the last hand of the game, nor the last time that we do math on stream.
Yeah, I mean that's the kind of weird part, right? Every Kajita win is going to, I think, drastically affect the table in one way or another.
Especially once placement is changed. Here's the hand of Fuua. Double south, so maybe Honitsu in the Dora suit with the double south.
That could get you there. Paradora and you're at Hane. Although I guess you need Sanbai, so you need the Anko. You need like Toy Toy with a
instant call from Tabuchi.
Kago with the best Honitsu hand on the table every time. Kago is a one suit lady tonight. It is crazy. I feel like every hand she's gotten, it's been like, oh, this is the clearest Honitsu play I've ever seen in my life.
That's all she needs. An honor tile cut.
If it's not enough, it's not enough.
So it's not necessarily so bad to discard the south here, because Fuua cannot really pull it.
Yeah, like forcing Fuua to open is almost in your favor, I would think. This has to be Tuman, right? Yeah. If you happen to go to some odd Suanko route.
Oh, wow.
And that's the Hatsu Anko. That's going to throw some people off guard. It's going to be a quick Tempai. Although Kajita, 9-pin pickup with Dora 2 is able to race. Really doesn't like the Yakuhais. Is going to drop the 1-pin first.
Well, the problem is that early call from Tabuchi, I think, could easily be Atosuke. It would just be a race, because you know the other players have to play their own hand, and Kago does not care. Kago would absolutely cut an honor tile. So...
does have the deal in tiles here. 6-9 pin.
At some point, if Fuua thinks that her hand is not fast enough, and it certainly doesn't look like it'll be fast enough with the number of calls that Tabuchi is making, she could just fold. Just fold and say, Kajita, please win.
Kago might have Honitsu Chitoi built brewing. As we go, Ishan 10. Kajita trying to find a way. It is ironic that Kago, who wants to end the game, has by far the most of the deal in tile, but that 9-pin looks lethal. Are we going to keep it?
Yep.
We'll throw the 1. It does give us a Ryanman.
It's
kind of best case scenario. Although Atamahane is on, right?
It is.
Yeah, so that would make it... it would make it very difficult, because Fuua is going to look to defend, whereas Kago is just going to throw into anything. Or I guess it would make it better, because Kago is going to look to throw into anything, so Kajita would win the head bump. And if Fuua is looking to defend, Tabuchi is going to have a harder time picking up the win.
9-pin, very natural cuts here.
We go Ishan 10. If we draw another Manzu, this might be devastating, because that 9-pin is going to look real loose.
Chitoi Tempai.
Oh my god.
Could be Honitsu Tanki, could be Dora Tanki. We'll cut the Dora.
Oh, Kago, not out of it yet. Okay, 2 mods. Surely we throw that back.
The pay is live, too. North could just come out.
Yeah, only 1 on the board. 1 just came out, too. Oh my goodness.
One pin no go. Hatsu.
Hatsu. How do you like your luck?
Unsurprisingly, no con. Ooh, fastest
this
route to Tempai could see the 9-pin. Yeah.
And the 9-pin comes.
Well handled by Tabuchi. It got a little bit stressful as Fuua got off to a good start, but Tabuchi ends up coming through with a win at the end to shut it down. All it took was 1,000 points, but she will confirm her advancement. Yua Kago could not lose this game. Even in that final hand was Tempai with a much more expensive hand. but well fought all around.
Yeah, what an exciting game. Even from those big scores too. So many like just giant hands. And so many aggressive ones. And so many tempais too. Like there was, I think every hand that stalled out wasn't just like, oh, this isn't even close and it's never getting there. I think every single one got to around Ishanten territory.
Yeah, and I think, you know, a couple of the shutdown hands, like that 4-5-6 Sanshoku that Tabuchi won. The 5-pin came out from Fuua, but she was Suanko Ishanten, in addition to having had that Honitsu Sanko Dora San, you know, Sanbaiman chance earlier in the game. Definitely put herself in the territory where she could advance, and just the wall did not give her the tile soon enough.
The problem was the wall was giving every tile and then some to Kago. Just hand after hand. Oh my god, if I could hit those tempais, I would be smooth sailing in any game I played.
It makes me wish
those high buys are so good.
Yeah, I wish we could have seen the first 2 games of the series. I want to see, you know, this may have been a very comfortable game for Kago this time around, but in order to get herself in this position, game 1 and game 2 would have been very tense.
It must have gone well. I mean, if that was what Kago was doing in game 1 and game 2, I can imagine. I can see how we got from A to B if she had that wave and just kept on riding it.
Well, that is our table E. Let's go ahead and put the results on just as a reminder for what we're looking at and who's going to be advancing on to the next round. So we saw Yua Kago comfortably advance, confirm her place in the semifinals. Tabuchi as well confirmed in from second place at the start of the game and in second place by the end of the game. For Kotori Kajita and Fuua, well fought. Unfortunately, will not be advanced to the semifinals.
Did about as much as you can on that table. I don't know if anybody, even knowing the wall, can do anything to shut down Kago and Tabuchi. That was just a rough game 3. But we got another table, right? We're going to table F.
That's right. One more to go. We are not done yet.
Yeah, looks like, I was going to say, looks like we might have a little bit of a delay in our commentator switch, but as if to summon him right on cue, it seems like Corak is here. Corak!
Hello, everyone.
We are
so awake, so alert. Let me tell you are going, and even if you're not, you're going to get there because these games have been nothing short of exciting, close, insane, and zany. You are going to have a fun game ahead of you.
That's what we hope for.
We are in quarterfinal territory. Top 2 advancing. 1 game, final game played. They'll play 3 overall, so we'll be entering with conditions, of course, for folks who are just joining us now. We are going to be watching Table F, the final block of competitors to see who will make it into the semifinals. Game 1 featured an incredibly intense game as we came down to the final seconds. Game 2 had conditions. They were a little bit wild, though. We'll see how Game 3 fares. Thank you so much, Harrison. Let's take a look at our players for Game number 3. So, for our first dealer, we will have Natsumi Negishi, representative of Team Maika. In the south seat, Akari Kimura. It's a little small on my screen, but it looks like her team loves Mahjong, and so do we. In the west seat, Rumi Hashimoto for Neurovets. And in the north seat, Hotaru Miyoshi. And I wonder if it's another one of those YouTube channels. We've got TV at the end. Should be an exciting game. I believe that we are all prepared to go, and I'm really excited to see what conditions we're going to have coming into this. The last game, one player was well out ahead. We'll see what the situation looks like. Got a lot of jerseys at this table, representing the team as we start the game.
And we will see the Dora shortly. Of course, everyone very businesslike getting towards this game. You can see looks on their face. They're taking this very seriously.
Yeah, once again, this is not the first game. This is game number 3. So they'll have exhausted their efforts already. And we see the scores in white. Our starting scores. The leader is in the South Seat, Kimura, with plus 98.4. The second place player in the negatives is actually Hashimoto in the starting West seat, followed by Miyoshi in the starting North seat, and then the dealer. But it's really close in terms of the players that are hunting down that second spot to move on. So should be an exciting one.
Yeah, the math isn't particularly complicated. Negishi just needs first and can't have Hashimoto really close second. Other than that, it's just whoever gets first. Now, if Kimura gets first, then the math becomes a mess. But, I mean, that is Ishunten, a very wide Ishunten. I think 6 so is normal here, because you want to Itsu. Can also go with the 7 pin, if you want, or even 8 pin. But I like the 6 so.
Yeah, definitely plan A is Itsu, but, you could consider the Dora draw. And so, we'll just
not even going to consider it. It says it's Tanyao. I respect it.
That's a Corak move as well. Immediately after joining, we see a Tanyao play.
Not just a Tanyao, a brute force Tanyao play. Well, there goes a 1-2, and of course has the 4-5 in hand. Not going to agree for 2 Dora. We have an East pair, call and go. 3 Mon, well, that doesn't do much. I'm going to hold it anyway, possibly Peiko shift later. 8 Mon, ooh, do you believe in 6, 7, 8 Sanshku? No, very quickly, not even going to think about it. 6 pin, nice fill with that 5, 6, 7, 9 now. Well, that's Ryankan. He just cut the 7 pin. It doesn't really matter.
I appreciate the hesitancy on cutting it, giving the Sanshku its farewell moments before it disappeared forever.
Ooh, 9 pin. That's a fun draw. Now you're saying, well, what about Chinitsu? And not going to think very long, though. Holds that 7 Mon floater.
One of the things to consider also for Hashimoto is that, in the second place position, she doesn't necessarily need some closed Itsu hand. It could just be speedy Tanyao to confirm her placement.
So an pull there allows the East call potential, and there's our Dora draw. So very likely the 5 so will be the pair, one of those awkward shapes with a 4, 5, 5, 5, 6. Could be Chun, could go 7. I think the 7's a normal play. That is where it goes out. Well, which floater do you want? Keeps the 7.
And not really any hope of making a Sanjaku here, I think so. Just hoping to draw around it, but we do have Tempai.
That is the Riichi. It looks like a 9-mon Ton Shampon. Of course, had that 7-mon Onko earlier, so it cuts the 8 because the Peiko doesn't hit. Well, that is a very nice Ishunten here. Chun should be the cut, and Ishunten planning to cut the 8 next turn. Speaking of Tempai, though, is a Riichi Nomi actually just waiting on the 7 so. But it is dealer, so that's why it goes out.
Here's that 7 pin back.
Yeah, the hand does not have any Dora in it. It is just Tanyao for now.
Can slide to use the 3 so, though. If you can comfortably jam the 6, which is not really the case here.
Throws the 4. 1 so goes back. Of course, that is a safe tile. Shaw isn't going to do anything. Oh no, has the Tone Onko, it looks like, with that hand. So I haven't gotten a chance to see what that actual weight is then. Just hadn't been organized into the hand. Could slide it down, cutting the 9 here, or it could just jam the 8 pin.
Yeah, nothing really clearly safe here. So we could just see a play for the hand. 9 so was what, 2 chance?
I mean,
Eight
9 pin is kind of halfway, but yeah, I feel like you just shove.
6-9 so.
Oh, it's a 6-9 so, alright. So it's Riichi Tone.
Puts this Ishanten in a whole new light now for Miyoshi.
Well, the 8 safe against 1 Riichi, but of course the 8 pin came out, so it will get tossed. That is a live tone. Of course, we know there's an Onko, but it's going to look terrible here. And she said, okay, well, I'm done. 2 mon isn't it. 5 pin isn't it. Now, when the 5 comes out, the 2 pin should be pretty safe here, but we'll just continue folding. That is not Tempai because the fold the previous turn, and not even going to be tempted by this. So it is a 7 so versus a 6-9 so.
It's still
There is a Dora.
Playstyle's coming back. 9 so.
Oh, there it goes. Deals in. Reach Tone.
Ura-san!
We're at 3.
That is a hit.
Dora. That's a Hanemon, isn't it?
Peach Ton Ura.
Yes, it is. Kimura going to jump way out, and that's honestly not the worst thing for Hashimoto because Kimura is just already running away. It's much easier to deal with a gap between second and third than from first to second. So if Kimura runs away with this, it gives a huge advantage to Hashimoto.
Wow. 3 Han Riichi with a Dora, followed by 3 Ura, and suddenly Kimura is sitting pretty for the rest of this game, and now Hashimoto also feeling pretty good about this.
Well, at this point, Kimura can just honestly fold from turn 1 here, but I imagine she will play it out. Nice little Peiko shape there, possible Chito. This is a west pair, that is the west seat for Miyoshi. 4 Mon, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 9 in Monzu, cuts the 1 pin. 7. Yeah, the 9 pin, it's a long way away. The 1, 2, 3 Sanchu is also a long way away. I feel both are acceptable cuts there. 3 Mon, 3, 3, 4, 5, cuts the south. Has that floating tune, which is the Dora here, so hoping to pair that up. Out goes the 1. I have the Ryokan, and there is a 2, 3, 4 Sanjuku route in there. 9 so does nothing. 2 fits in perfectly here. That is not Ishanten. Still a bit to go. And now the 2, 3, 4 Sanjuku into the pond. 7 Mon Anko, that is Ishanten, would have to cut the Dora on Tempai, of course. So, and that's what happened. You got the 2, the 3 is going to come the next turn. That is the revenge of that 2 reverse Sanjuku. Jogo chewed, out it goes. Takes the Ryokan here with the 1, 3, 5. 6, ooh, that's a nice little Ishanten. Likely Tanyao. 1 Mon does nothing. 2 pins, a nice little Anko here. Can cut the 1 pin, or could just throw the Chun. Holding the Chun for now. The plan seems to be just call the West and go to Artanki. But there seems to be a problem with that. It is no one has had a West yet. The hand is just kind of stuck here. Tone goes back. 2 Mon pair up. Could just go 2 pin here. I feel that's the normal play. 8 Mon does nothing here as well. Considering safety, no. You have your north pair if you really need safety. Well, there's a Chitoi route now if you cut 2-4 or even the 5-pin.
When you're holding the Dora, singleton copy of the Dragon Dora, Chitoi does become a little bit more attractive.
8-pin pair up can potentially call this down for Tanyao. That is not Tempai. And the 4 goes back. Well, 1 4-pin, a second 4-pin, and a third 4-pin. Okay. 3. I don't think this is good enough to con.
Oh, but she does.
I'm wrong. She says, I don't care. I'm in first. I feel this is a con for the TV table more than anything else.
And drew a tile, so Ishantan now.
It's a very nice Ishanten now. Tuso is the new Dora. And all of a sudden, this Tuso looks a lot more awkward because you pretty much have to use it. Out goes the Chun. Hand stays Ichanten, Ryanman, Sun Menchan. 6-mon is not Tempai either. Throws it back. 3-mon isn't it. 7-pin doesn't help. 1-pin isn't it. And just being stuck here. South doesn't help. 6-0. Okay, now you have a decision. You go 3-1, figuring the 2 is bad. That is the play here. 6-mon. That advances the hand. This is Ishanten. Do you cut the 5 or do you cut the Dora?
It could also just cut the 3-mon and hold the wider acceptance, but that does lose the Ippei core.
Tanyao says this is planning to be Dora Tonki. Or ideally pair up the 2 and then you don't have to worry about it.
Quite late to be making a shift.
Yeah, I feel that was one where she's thinking there's a decent chance someone's Dama.
Even the dealer, maybe.
But with the con, you're kind of wondering, wait, why?
Right, exactly. Why would the dealer who has a huge advantage con?
On her dealer turn, where she could be eating a sumo payment.
Right.
But the funnier answer is it's just probably for TV.
Hey, we're here for
That
it.
is also not Tempai. Super wide Ishanten, though. 6-0. I think you should go with the 1-pin, yeah. You can even call down the north. Oh, well, that's Ishanten. I imagine it's 8-pin here. There's our pole, and that is Tempai waiting 5-mon, 8-mon. And as the hand with the con, it's a whole bunch of foo, but no real value. 5-mon, that is not Tempai.
There's some funny Saranko routes, though.
There are. Shaw, isn't it? Oh, there goes the Shaw. Will it be called? No.
Of course, we saw the west-west cut earlier.
Yes, so you can't use it now. And that's the problem, is sometimes just stuck deep in the wall.
Yeah, I've seen that a lot lately. Oh, there it is again.
Oh, there they were. And you shift up here, cutting the 7. Yeah, that is the play. And will this be a cheat for Tempai? I mean, I'd do it.
Cutting forward, trying to break the tie here. Should be noticed, I noted, I believe I erroneously called the tie roll. It is split Uma.
Not going to throw the pay. Figures don't have any more draws. Not worth it. It's so sad that hand for Negishi doesn't get Tempai, but there are 2. And more importantly, a dealer repeat.
Yeah, that's
Hashimoto, that call benefits her with 2,500 points. It's why you make it.
pretty big for Hashimoto. Also, the other player is not too sad to see Kimura repeating. It's just a free repeat. Another chance for him to win a Mangan plus hand.
Okay, so if you were in this situation, would you have declared no 10 as Kimura?
Ooh, that's an interesting one. So
I would. I wouldn't even thought about playing
in that situation. If I was the type of player to declare no 10, I would not have conned.
Yes.
So I think if you're the player that cons, then you're going to show them by.
Ooh, possible Honitsu Toy Toy. That's a nice little Tanya. Well, maybe not Tanya needs a 6-mon, but a 2-3 Sansku in there as well. This has a few pairs in Pinzu. Do we believe in Chanta? It's a long way off, and that 5-6 is probably going to push away. Well,
Ooh.
okay, so much for the Honitsu plans. But may just be call Haku and go. Chun Floater goes with the south. Shaw doesn't do anything here. That is the north seat, so it doesn't do a whole lot for Negishi. Oh, 3-pin. Ugh. She's trying to make it Honitsu. That's that 7-8-9. She wants it to be Honitsu really badly. Another pair. That's a third. Not really cheat toy still, but has 2 doors. Look for anything to call. Speaking of Dora, 5-pin drawn. 5 so. Cut it first turn. 9 goes back. 7, okay, that completes one of the shapes. I imagine it's 2-mon or one of the dragons. Chun goes out.
Of course, with the 9-mon pair, you're not confirmed Tanya, so...
Another pair. Could see the con. The shapes are really awkward. I kind of like the draw. The problem is it's Hashimoto who has no incentive to give anyone value. So she, on the other hand, may just give it back. Yeah, throws the 6 so. If it's anyone else at this table, I think that does get conned. 4 possible Itsu route now. 1, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 9.
Ooh.
Pay. Go full Honitsu. Let's go. Haku. Out it goes. That's going to be called. That it's now Ishan 10. And I'm going to use the 7, 8. It's like, okay, as long as you have a 9, I'm not worried. And then you see the 9 come out later. I'll go, uh-oh.
We're seeing a repeat. Ooh, another pair.
Another pair, possibly Peiko upgrades. Has to be the dragon here. I would go Hatsu. I want the Haku as a safe tuck because I don't really trust this hand. And that is the play. 1-mon pair up. Do you go Penshan or you cut the 9-mon?
I think they're all coming
Penshan
out.
is. 2-mon goes back. Tone goes back. 1 so goes back. 2-mon actually helps this hand. That gives you a better Itsu route. Maybe Dortanki even. And now you see the 7, 8, 9 in that pond, and you should be thinking, uh-oh.
This is like a mirror to the game we just saw. It was Fuua who did a similar maneuver, cutting 3-pin, 2-pin, 1-pin, ended up with Honitsu, Saranko, Dora 3. Chance.
Ooh, 8-mon? Yeah. Because I think the 3-mon looks really good on these pawns. Well, the problem is if it pairs up elsewhere, you're going to be really stuck. Seven, so this is actually Chitoi Ishan 10.
Yeah, definitely keeping that as one of the main plans.
4-mon. There's no Tanya upgrade. I just like throwing it back, yeah. If we end up on the Shampoln 1s, it's not terrible. Five. Oh, well, okay. Now you just play it relatively normally towards the Tanya route. That allows a shift down to the 6.
We'll see, though, cutting a pin tile here is really rough. So maybe...
Scary. Speaking of Tanya shifts, should always be the 9-mon. 3 isn't it? And because this hand is awkward, you can't really throw anything but the 3. You're trying to hedge both regular hand and the Chitoitsu. Out goes the 3-pin. Hey, ooh, well, I think this hand may be done. Yeah, that's what it's looking like. 6, that is Tempai, 2, 5-pin.
Ooh,
Khan.
Flipping Tumon.
Jumon is the new Dora.
Oh.
And that's Tempai. I might see another Khan
Oh,
win
Khan
on
is
this
so good.
so
Show us the Khan.
do it. It's such a disgusting way. You can't also just cut the 3 for the 3-sided, but I would absolutely Khan here.
Ah.
No, wait, here's a 1, 2, 4 weight.
And the 4
There's
immediately
the 4.
comes. Not enough time to have done the Fuua calculations beforehand, so working that out now.
It's not enough.
Yeah.
8 and 4, so it's going to be 40 Fu.
Unfortunate. No, I was really rooting for the Rinshan too, so that would have been so funny. But in this position, okay, these players.
Yeah, again, Hashimoto is playing a very different game than everyone else. Well, let me rephrase it. Kimura is playing a different game than everyone else. Hashimoto is playing a very defensive, cautious game, and Miyoshi and Negishi just need to high roll. Because you can see the gaps here. If it ends in these placements, Hashimoto clearly gets second place.
Then again, trading places between the two of them is a 20,000 point swing. Second place gets +10. Third place gets -10.
As long as Hashimoto stays in third place, as long as Miyoshi doesn't get to first, Hashimoto's fine.
We will.
Dream on. Not going to cut one of those honors. This has all the wins. Never a good look. Hatsu pair up. Can call and go. Shaw, worthless. Now, this is a cheat toy, so may hold on to the Shaw and will. And there's a whole bunch of pairs and bad blocks everywhere. Those are the types of hands that tend towards cheat toitsu. 6-pin. Ooh, this is an interesting decision. I'd go Haku just because I don't have to think about it, and that is the play. It's like, what's my gear? Well, I know the Haku's the worst tile, so just get rid of it.
Curious to see if Kimura will end up calling the north. It is once cut, so there's only one more opportunity to use it.
Chun goes back. So, do you start dreaming? I don't think so. And yeah, she's just going to throw the Chun. 2-2-4. Similarly, do you start thinking Honitsu? That's a maybe, cutting the Tumon. Holding all those wins. Oh, 3-pin doesn't really fit. You want to use that 5 Dora. 5 Mon on the other hand doesn't really help. Goes the south. 4 connects to the 3 here. Can accept a Dora potentially. Haku isn't it. We'll cut the 4. That is Honitsu now for sure. 6-pin. There's also a Chitoitsu route here. Also an Itsu route. And dare I say also a Ryanpeiko route.
Ah, there we go. Well, you basically said that already with Chitoy.
Tone pair up. Plenty just call anything. Ryanpeiko Ishanten.
Well, let's not get our hopes up too high.
That hurt me. That hurts my soul.
We have seen some real Tanya forcing.
I mean, I definitely love Tanya, but not at the expense of Ryanpeiko.
What, another pair?
Wow, this hand just wants to be called. Now you have to even consider holding the West. Man, this is just the other Hatsu, isn't it?
It could have been Tempai there.
Well, another Monzu pair. Just go Shaw here? No, 1 Mon.
Another Tanya
3
type play.
pin does nothing. One shows an easy chi here. This is still Ryan Shanten, even after this call. This is actually the first block that's filled. What's the Chanta?
5-so, 5-so.
You figure the 5-so's not coming out, so it's not really that useful as a pair.
Yeah. It also leads us to
9. Okay, and you can't hold as a floater, but I just got the other 5. Yeah, that is the play here. Chanta Honitsu confirmed. At the same time, Hashimoto goes, hey, wait a second. Something screwy is going on here. So this is a 4, 6, 7 weight in Pinzu. I might just see. Nope, throws the 9-so. Holds the Haku as the safe tile. 8-so isn't it. Back it goes. I would definitely have thrown the 5-so there just because I know it's safe.
maybe thinking the 7 is slightly better, safer tile than the 4, but
Oh, another Dora. Ooh, how greedy do you want to be with this?
feels like you have to be, or not.
No, does not need to be greedy. Keeps the 3-sided. Again, 4, 6, 7. Classic 4, 7, and then the 6 is a Tonki weight, a hidden one. I've chomboed on that shape before.
Yeah, that's a fun shape. I see that shape, and my brain will immediately go, okay, 4, 7, and there's more. There should be more. There has to be more. There's an Anko next to my tiles. What is it? Oh, right.
I mean, this is just 8-mon. He thinks about it, he's like, yeah, okay, fine.
Ooh.
Dora, oh no!
Apparently the Shaba was the right way.
Apparently, that was Tanya Dora 3.
I think the more natural cut there is the 8-pin for 4, 7, but
Yes.
we've seen all game long Hashimoto look for the widest acceptance to win.
Tempai. Tone not, but the 7 draws it anyway. Loses out on a Dora this way, but Tanyao, Dora 1. She's also looking to see if there's any extra food here. There is not, because you only have the 4, 2, and 2. There is a Kanchan potential in there, but it's not enough for a threshold, and it will be, what, 1,000 all?
Yeah, that's a pretty big win. Extending this gap to 3rd place. And importantly, not getting Oyakauji by Kimura for some monstrous Hoitsu Chanta Yakuhai business.
And Hashimoto with either the most beautiful or ugliest score in the game, depending on how you look at it, ±0.
Hey, in a game where top 2 advances and someone's sitting at plus
Someone is
146,
running away, you'll be glad to end right there. The I've done nothing all Hanshan, but that is not what happened. It's Kimura is absolutely destroying the table, and Hashimoto's clawing it back.
Not a bad high by for Miyoshi. This could be her turn now.
I think 7-so is the normal cut. Full Tanyao is cutting. Oh, goes 2-2. Full Tanyao is going 8-9, but I don't think you can do that because you want to accept another Dora. Tone pair up could also go Chitoi with this, or even Toy Toy. Or Mon connect with the 2. Oh, and this is the problem with cutting the 2. Is you had 2 pairs, now the 2 Mon's useless. You could have previously held the 2, 3, 3, 5, 6. Yes, there's an overlap, but it at least gives you enough shapes.
My dream
7-pin Dora. Not considering the 1, 2, 3 Sanshku anymore.
Yeah, my dream of 1, 2, 3
pair up.
dies.
Throws it back. I don't know why the 2's being held. It's probably for Itsu, but I don't like holding on to it. Okay, the plan here is just call and go. Which Penchon? Out goes the 2-mon.
Oh,
8's a great fill. That's now Ishanta needs a 3-mon and a 5-8-mon.
it's hand coming together even better than I imagined for Miyoshi.
9 goes back. There goes the rest of the Penchon. 9-mon is not it. It doesn't actually help at all.
Have to work really hard to move to Itsu, so.
8-so goes back. Now you have a Ryanko with a 3-5-7 in Manzu, but the hand is very slow. Now goes the 3, keeping 3 pairs now.
Twin option.
6-so goes out. 2-0, no, it's a 2-4-5-7. Figures that doesn't really help, so throws 2 back. Hatsu pair up. Maybe call and go, but it's also quite late for that. Well,
Here's
I think
that
it has to be 8-pin. Goes to the 1, though.
that question mark Dora. Ooh, Tepai.
Senpai! Riichi, Dora 1, waiting 3 mon. 2, of course, is safe here. Out go the Hatsu. That hand was just not coming together, and this hand is not there either. That's the other reason to cut the 8-pin, is you're getting towards second row of discards, so I don't like having stragglers on hands they don't have a lot of confidence in.
Hmm.
2 pins, so now there's a Kabe.
It's reaching a pretty big deal. Reached Sumodora Ura.
Nishan 10.
Could be Mangan Oya Kabiri.
June is not it.
I do believe there's only
Strong
one
deck.
3-mon tile in the wall.
Well, there it is. You did ask for it.
East is planning to give up here. There's no Yaku beyond the east.
Tanya shift now. Can call this down potentially. 1 is Kabe'd off, so it's a very safe tile, but might as well continue cutting the east. 6. That is super wide Ishan 10.
Which pair is the safest? Oh, 9-8 towards Tanya.
Neither. It's full Tanya. Something we've never seen this game.
These players
I have been accused many times of having Tanya goggles. These players are in full agreement.
in this instance, it turns out that both of the pairs actually look rather dangerous, so mine's the next best option.
7 doesn't really help here. Cuts the 8. That is just a sad pawn. The more I look at that on the left, it is just sadness. It is not Tempai either. 9 is already safe. We'll hold it. I look at that pawn. Pair after terminal otter pair. Shaw isn't it.
Still Ishanten for Kimura.
Ooh, doesn't want to push the 4-7 Suji and is done. But deals it on the 3. Riichi, Dora 1. Miyoshi will pick up a few points here.
Yeah, the direct hit making a lot of ground up as well.
Now remember, Miyoshi doesn't just need to jump Hashimoto. She probably needs to jump Kimura.
Yeah, either that or end up 20 points ahead, which could happen with...
Which is, like, possible, but at that point, you've probably already passed Kimura anyway.
Yeah, or if Hashimoto deals into Negishi as well, that could change the math.
Yes. Well, we are heading to South 4. Miyoshi is dealer here. 4-mon is the Dora. We see at least one of those in his hand, and it's Tanya. Well, it was until I saw the South pair.
Could still be Tanya.
Now it's just objectively a worse hand, and I still want to go Tanya. Speaking of Dora, one drawn there. This is a Tanya hand. As a 7-pin is drawn. This is an Onko. Actually, very good shapes, but not much value. Hatsu pair up.
Ooh.
7 so. Ugh. It's just bad. 4 so. Okay, it's full Tanya. Let's go. It's Tanya. It's always Tanya. It will always be Tanya. Hatsu pawn, just trying to get this hand over with. Pass the dealer turn. 2 so goes out, holding the tone back a bit. June pair up. Ugh. That's very much a wait. What do I do now? And thinks about it for a bit. Has to cut the 7-mon.
Yeah, probably not a hand that Negishi really wants to open here. She will get another dealership, so a chance to run up some repeats, but...
Well, Negishi needs points, and
Exactly.
lots of them. Figure she has to probably do most of her work on her dealer turn coming up. Because she was in the 4th place position before the game started, and things have not gotten better. 3-so, perfect Ishunten. East pair up could go 7-9 mon? No, cutting the penchant.
Ooh, 4-so.
4-so. What about Suonko routes?
Oh, I was gonna say Chitoi, but I like Suonko better. Let's do that.
I also happen to like Suonko better. Funny how that works, huh?
Kuna, by the way, really hedging that 7-8-9 Sancho. Drew the 9-mon. We'll see if she gets to play for it.
Well, it's just 7-9. I don't really see a reason to cut anything else. I'm going to gem the Dora, and I don't.
Yeah, I mean, there's a route discarding south-south later.
Yeah, there goes the 9.
Otherwise, you might consider dropping the Dora.
5, that it's Tempai, trying to decide which weight to take. 5-8, takes the Ryanman. Hashimoto is just trying to get rounds passing. She just wants hands to end. Nothing fancy here, doesn't need any value. Honestly, doesn't care if Miyoshi overtakes. Just doesn't want long sets of dealer repeats or huge hands.
Ooh, second Dora, Chitoi Tempai.
Tempai waiting 5-so. Dora 2 on the Chitoi.
This is Negishi who wants to Riichi, but she's going to look for something better than the 5-so.
Yeah, you have to think there are a ton of upgrades. That's also Ishunten. Oh, there was the Suonko Ishunten.
Well, that's awkward. And the
Yeah,
players have
just
to look at that
throw it.
and say, in what world are you allowed to drop the Dora? I just played in a in-person tournament where there's a very funny similar situation with a Chitoi player dropping the Dora and holding the pair. Here it is, the Hakutanki. Absent from the board.
3-mon is the Dora indicator. So it's never a great tile, but at the same time, it's more what's your plan afterwards. You also really don't want to deal into 4th place.
Oh, and yes, this is the last game, not only of today's stream, but also the 3rd game of a 3-game set for these players.
Of the table, yes.
Top 2 advance to the semifinals.
Kimura has effectively punched the ticket. The question is, who will she be joined by? Three pin. Few 4s out. What's more that there isn't any other safe tile.
Is that this early pin
And he is
sequence,
waiting on the Genbutsu 5-pin.
9-5-2, 3
Nope, she's done.
3 is usually pretty safe here, but do you want to risk that in this position against 4th place Riichi with everything at stake? Will not.
Speaking of the Haku, how many are there? All of them in the wall, I think?
They are. And none
I mean,
showing
that's
on the board.
Hanemon Sumo.
Ooh,
That's
dealer
Tempai.
you
This
gotta
you have
send
to
it.
chase. You have to chase. You have no choice.
Again, 9-pin, 5-pin. The 6-pin's not that bad.
You can tell she just doesn't want to, but it's dealer. You need points. This is not a difficult Riichi. The South is dead, only waiting on the East.
Each.
He says, fine. So it'll be Riichi double tone.
Hashimoto has to work really hard. She's opened twice. Oh, there it is.
There's the
Haku!
Sumo. We knew a bunch before the wall reached Sumo, Chitoi, Dora 2.
Dora 2.
Dora 2, Baimon.
And just like that, Negishi is right back in the game. Miyoshi eats the Baimon Oyakaburi, minus 8,000 points. Negishi also collecting the Riichi sticks back, jumps straight into second place. And we have ourselves a game again.
This is actually not terrible for Hashimoto either. She ends up losing a bunch of points, but because Miyoshi took the brunt of that, and Negishi was so far back, that if the scores were to end here, Hashimoto is fine. The problem now is Negishi is much closer to overtaking Kimura, and no longer has to shoot for a huge hand this situation.
Remember?
I mean, she should just because she's dealer, but there's no requirement to just greed.
With the 20,000 points of Oka, moving to first place adds 30,000 points.
So it would be enough at this point to
Absolutely.
be first place with the spread as it is. As an East pair, pretty good hand there for Kimura. This is a Haku for Hashimoto. Potentially call and go. Again, she knows her position. She doesn't need anything fancy. She needs hands to end. Miyoshi, on the other hand, needs some points.
Oh yeah, if you
Having
missed
just taken out that 8,000 dealer payment.
the early games were super exciting too. As this one is, let's see.
Not even considering the 600 Sanshku wants to play for Honitsu.
Could also just Haku call down. Hakuhidora 1.
Shaw goes back. Well, yeah, I didn't really like that because I just don't feel you need 2 safety tiles of honors in turn 2. But there is the Haku. No, it's Honitsu. That was the play.
Yeah, full commit. Fair enough. Not going to slow the dealer down though.
Pair up can still call the East. It is the dealer, Negishi. 5, so he's useless. I mean, that pawn kind of tells everyone what you're doing. It's not always Honitsu, but it usually is. Sometimes it's a random toy.
Yeah, it's also in the Dora suit, so could be.
There's always an incentive to brute force it, even if you don't have a Dora.
Yeah.
Because you might draw another one, just like this.
Okay.
There's Chitoi Ishanten as well. Should be 2 so.
Thinking about what calls she's allowed to make here.
You're allowed to make basically any of them. The question is it a good idea?
Strategically allowed to make. Oh,
Well,
well.
what did you get to Tempai and don't worry about it?
Dama.
Dama waiting on the 8-mon, Chitoi Dora 2, and the 5 comes right out.
See, 6,000.
Ouch! That's the one thing Hashimoto couldn't do is just deal into a Dama like that.
Could not expect
And it's
it
a
though.
direct hit with Miyoshi picking up a huge direct win. And you see the look on Hashimoto's face of well, that was not what I wanted. And now the scores are really close. Hashimoto is barely clinging on. But you figure if you get to South 4 at this spread, you have to win the hand. You cannot even let it go to a draw at that point.
Yeah, getting bit by that Dama 64 really stings. You have to take a moment to look at the score and realize, all right, I still have the advantage. It's a lot closer than I want it to be, but I'm really close to swinging 10,000 points back just by changing placements. So,
And this is not the hand you're looking for.
Or alternatively, if you're Kimura, exactly the hand you're looking for, foldable.
Yeah, Kimura doesn't care. At the same time, Kimura has been having fun on her dealer turn with funny cards. So
That's true.
She is just absolutely enjoying her time here. This is the victory lap Han-chan situation.
You know, nobody really outstanding here with these initial set of tiles. So it could be a real fight.
Nothing outstanding. Translation, these hands all suck.
Well, to put it bluntly.
Would I ever say something bluntly? Nah.
Nice Anko, that's a start.
I mean, it's getting close, but there's no value.
Definitely Hashimoto and Miyoshi with the early advantage, but South pair for Negishi.
Non-pair up. Okay, that at least gives some options here. This is the North seat, though, so it's not the double Yakuhai. 5, 7, 8, 8 with that upgrade. 3 mon, that creates a Kanchan. This is Ishan 10. I imagine you go 1 pin, but no, goes to the Haku. Wants the Dora acceptance, but the 1-3 is not a great shape potentially for the Dora.
1-2, not that thrilling either. You talked about this before in earlier hand with a 7, 8, 8 pin shape. It might be good at some point to discard the Dora adjacent tile. We'll see. How long?
It is early, so you don't
Tenpai.
need the safety. Oh, I
Dama.
would Dama. This is the rare situation where Corak would Dama. I don't even hate 3 mon.
Yeah, if the 1 pin was a
There it
better
is.
tile, then
There are just so many upgrades in Manzu. And even potentially with the Dora, then you have a lot of flexibility if you draw it. Even if you're Furitan drawing a Dora, you don't care that much.
I love the chat. You can even make illegal calls if you want. That is true.
That is true. Your teammates will get even with you after the game, but out goes the 6. Sonshigu is possible, but unlikely. 7. Well, I think it's just 1-2. Yeah, it goes to 2, so.
Oh, there's your upgrade.
7. That's one of the improvements. That's the slam. Riichi Nomi waiting 6, 9 mon.
6 months
This
symbol for
is-
extra foo.
Ishan 10 super wide though.
Oh, it could
I think that's a Kutsuki.
absolutely see Miyoshi fight.
1-1, plenty safe. 6. That is not Tempai.
Not a lot safe though.
Well, especially already having cut the 8, so the 6 doesn't do anything really. You have all those 4-7 blocks. You're really hoping the weight is a 4-7. When you have a hand shape like that, the Riichi is waiting on the 4-7, and you're just going to deny everything.
Absolutely.
But it isn't.
Ideally, you draw 5 mon, you get to discard the 3. So
Right.
oh, it's not
4-7
4-7.
goes
That
out.
clears. Well,
Yeah.
Now you hope for the 4
Could
mon
even
draw.
potentially call, but there isn't really a reason to. Ooh, there's Ishunten for a Tanyao hand. Gets a 9, but it's the wrong one. The only 9 that doesn't fit. This is Tempai, but this is a terrible Tempai. If you reach Dora 1, waiting on Tuso, and says, nah, with the Force already coming out, it's not really worth. Oh,
Ooh,
that's a
Tempai.
great Tempai. It's going to be a Riichi. Riichi, Pinfu, Dora, possible Tanyao. 6-9 so. Of course, we know there's a 9 so Anko in the other Riichi hand, though.
Door
So
indicator.
6-9 versus 6-9. Uh-oh! Uh-oh!
Nothing safe in that pond either.
Yeah, I like the 1 chance on the 3. And of course, 3 comes out as well. That would have been good to know a turn ago. That's Ishunten for Chitoitsu.
Oh.
6-0!
Tile.
Deals in on the expensive end. That is Mungon, Reach, Pinfu, Tanyo, Dora.
Fuda.
1 aura doesn't matter, but that's a Mungon.
Now that is everything. Negishi now taking over from Hashimoto.
Now, Hashimoto is in big trouble. And Negishi, I said, if you get first, you're in great shape in this game. And Negishi is in that position now. Hashimoto must go out a run here. She cannot be 4th if this is the split. There are some ways back with a good 3rd. Let me see. No, needs to drag Negishi down as well. This is an awful situation for Hashimoto. She just wanted an easy game, and the tiles have not cooperated. And this is a workable hand. It's not that far from Tempai, but the shapes are not good. This, on the other hand, is very callable, maybe even Honitsu. East and North pairs here. You want to go Honitsu, you just don't know which suit. I kind of like 3-pin here.
Yeah, neither of these wins is Yakuhai, so awkward spot. Honitsu might be the best play, or Chitoi.
Is that Kutsuki Shunten? It looked like it.
Yeah, wildly quick.
There is the East. First one is passed. Dora pair up. I think you should go Honitsu now. Nope, not going to commit. That's just Tempai. Reach Tanyao.
Could Dama, but why would we?
The way Kimura has been playing, there's no way this is going to be a Dama. 5-8 Mon for Riichi Tanyao.
And what do you do if you're Hashimoto? You cut the 8? Just jam?
You have to win this hand. You just have to jam. Like, you could kind of head. I'd go 7-pin even. There is the Chi on the 7-8-9. We get the South or the White Dragon. Has 2 Dora in hand. Dora!
Palm?
Pull, that is now Ishan 10. Throws the 3-so.
And neither of these outcomes would be good for Hashimoto. I guess Kimura winning off of Negishi would be fine.
Yes, if Negishi is hit by this, then that actually helps Hashimoto and makes her condition workable. It's not great. Tempai! Mongon waiting 4-pin.
That just came out earlier.
Gets a 4, but it's the wrong one. It's Genbutsu to this Riichi. Gonna call down for Tanya. I imagine this is 9-9. Or the Hatsu.
Wow, desperate times.
Genbutsu 4-pin wait. And there just aren't many tiles, so not going to be here. But that 2-2-4 is going to incentivize pushing the 4-pin later. And that would basically be the end of Hashimoto's tournament.
Still 5-8 Mon for Kimura.
7-so, considering whether it be a call. Nope. Of course, that just came out. You know, that one's safe at least.
Naimon's still safe.
Close, but it's the 5-8. We see a bunch of those 5s and 8s in this hand. 3 of them.
She really hoping that Negishi
You just
draws.
got to shove.
Ooh.
Oh, good switch to a Tonki.
None of these pin tiles are safe, though. I think probably just one of the Yakuhai back and wait on Genbutsu.
Well, doesn't this boost it to Hanemon? Let's see. Yeah, it does.
Yakuhai door 3.
Double
south.
Double south. Yakuhai door 3.
We'll switch. It's a
It's
Tonki now.
5-pin. That is Hanemon Tempai. No con. 3 modes 4-10, so you can't wait on that.
Another 5-8 goes to Negishi. She's drawing all of these deal end tiles. The only player folding, though.
8-pin. I guess it's just 7 here. Yeah, there it is. Ishan 10. Out goes the 8. Oh, another one.
If I'm Kimura, I'm just wondering. Everyone is shoving against me. How have I not seen my winner?
9-pin goes back. Actually, a pretty good weight, but doesn't want to shove the 5. And it's a Tonki, you figure it just doesn't matter on weight quality.
Force.
9-so. Hatsu isn't it.
Hashimoto. Ooh.
Oh, could cut the Haku here. No, sticking with the Hanemon plan. Wants the overtake value right now.
All these tiles that Kimura is not drawing, they're also not helping Hashimoto.
Six-mon so close, but it's not it. Tempai! I mean, you have to take it. It's 2-pin, 5-so, Shampon. Oh, that would have been the sumo! Pure Hanemon greed. We'll see if it ends up biting Miyoshi. Hashimoto does make it to dealer, so we'll have another South 3 unless someone wins very quickly.
Yeah, that 3-pin Kanshan actually could have won there. Shop will take it instead.
Meanwhile, Negishi says, let's not do this. The problem, though, is Negishi's going to drop a spot. Oh, that looks like a 5-mon. It is. She did not want to shove this 5-pin. She knows it is a terrible tile. I'd shove the 5, though.
5-pin might be better than 5-mon, though.
Yeah, I'd shove 5-pin.
Can she hold on here? Will she break even? Could safely get to Yukioku. Does!
Gives up.
Refuses to drop.
On
last tile.
Hote, says, I'm not going to take that. And then they see it was the 5-8. And dodges the deal in, but this is very important because Kimura now back into first. Hashimoto's condition much clearer here. Needs to overtake Miyoshi and keep Kimura in first place. We'll have a repeat here.
What a
Senpai
wild
payments
hand.
were so important.
Yeah, if Kimura decided to just hold a dominant in the hand, we could, we could be in South 4 right now. But instead, we're here, South 3 repeat 1, Honba 1, and of course the Riichi stick.
Ooh, I like this hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
6-9.
6, 9. So Yitsu is possible. This is a Haku pair. And the problem is Miyoshi's condition is she needs to overtake Negishi here. So she has to go for first place. At this time, it is South 3. You can potentially call for one on and just try to go for everything in the last hand, but that's never the preferred plan.
Another
7-mon pair up. 4-mon could consider Honitsu later. 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. Cuts the non. 6 connects to the 5 here. Ryan Shunten. 4, so now you have a Ryan Khan. Well, so much for those plans. I think you just go pay here. Yep. Chun goes back, having cut it last turn. 5, so Ryan Khan upgrade.
Everyone about
4,
the same
5,
place.
5, 7. Ugh. Throws it back.
Ooh, another pair.
Another pair could move towards Chitoi.
4, 5, 6 Sanchoku available now.
1, 3, 5, 7 says I don't like any of these, but I guess I have to. The plan is get Haku anyway. There's a Tanya right here. Could go 1, 1 later. There's a 5 Ipeiko upgrade. Of course, when the other side of your Ipeiko is the door indicator, it's never great.
Hmm.
Ooh, Chitoi Shunten.
Could also play for the Tanya with 1 so.
5-pin? That feels preemptive, planning to cut the 1, 1.
We've seen it so many times in this game that
It is such an aggressive Sakigiri.
Negishi not in the spot of needing a Sudanko anymore or anything dramatic. Oh, there it is, Ishanten
There's
Kutsuki.
up, Ishunten Kutsuki, yep. Possibly Peiko and possible Dora 2. Well, yeah, as I said, the plan was to go Tanya when you cut the 5-pin. Is that what, a 3? No, it's an 8 so.
Chitoi
This is
Shunten.
also situation. I'd cut the 4 so. Tanya, okay.
Oh,
Tanya brained everywhere. This is Tempai would be 2 so 6-pin Shumbone.
cuts the Dora.
Hashimoto says, I'm dealer. I don't really care. This is going to be safe entry. This is going to be a Riichi chase. Reach Haku Dora 1, 2, 5-mon.
Still Ishanten for Negishi. Oh my goodness, what a battle now. Tuso was the deal in Tao. Now Suji. But it's Ipatsumo.
Ipatsumo! Riichi Ipatsumo Haku Doro 1. No Ura, but that is a Mangan. And Miyoshi going to pick up a ton of points. Hashimoto in deep trouble now, needs a huge comeback hand.
Oh boy, Miyoshi now 30,000 points. Look at these numbers.
0.1 behind.
What a wild finish. And Kimura, after all this, still hanging on to the first place. We have
So
our
it's
conditions.
also really important here that Miyoshi is 0.1 behind. If Negishi is 0.1 behind, any sumo is good enough from anyone for her to overtake. Because then you're actually thinking Kimura is your friend. But in this situation, Miyoshi needs to win or have someone hit Negishi.
Yeah, the pivotal one here, I mean, obviously, Negishi, if she wins any hand, is going to get there. Similarly, Miyoshi
Yes.
as well, but she will repeat. It is Hashimoto that we're looking at, needs 3,000, 6,000 sumo, so Hanuman sumo, or a Baimon off of the dealer will be good enough to.
Baimon, Yakuban, or San Baimon, good luck.
Sab Baimon off of Negishi would be tough. Yakuman might be easier than that, but Hanuman sumo, that's playable condition.
Yeah, you just play for the Hanemon. It's the type of hand where you brute force Chitoitsu, I think. And the other players just win one Han, and that's good enough, except for Miyoshi. It says win one Han. The problem is there is no Agariame, so you cannot just say, we're done here, bye everyone. You have to play it out as a repeat.
But Miyoshi winning one Han is better than Negishi winning one Han from her perspective. So if
Oh, of course, if Miyoshi wins a one Han hand, she then gets the repeat and only has to make sure she doesn't lose points against Negishi. This is one where I feel the math takes a while because it's just so close. Number like, I need maybe like 3 Han, but here it's you just make sure the math is right. Wait, is it really just 1 Han for everyone except Hashimoto? Yes, it is.
and the fact that there's a different number for each player for Hashimoto signals just how much the placement and the Uma's affecting things.
Right, but it's easier to just look at the numbers, the 55.9, and you see the others. So there's a gap of 13.3 and 13.2. So you should instinctively know that's just Hanemon sumo.
Yeah. And that's the most realistic condition. I mean, it's not as if Negishi or Miyoshi will fold to your Riichi, so you do want to know your own conditions.
Right, because they have to play for their own conditions. If they deal in, so be it.
Right. Normally, if you're just trying to make up 13,000, you could just say, okay, Mangan Ron's good enough. But then you have to overtake the other player as well. And that's why these numbers are so high.
Well, the other part of this is if they're paying attention to Hashimoto's condition, they also know they can shove just about anything into a Riichi from Hashimoto because she has to pass.
Yeah, unless she somehow miraculously has the goods, yeah, we'll almost certainly be passing.
A Baimon, yeah, maybe 5 Han, pray for it, or a 3 with a direct hit. That'd be about the only thing you'd even consider.
We've already seen one Baimon sumo this game. It was Negishi coming back into this game with a Chitoi that hit Uda too. The Uda tile, by the way, the Chud, was one of her pairs already. So the odds were low, but she found it. We had staff come over.
This is everyone going, are you sure the math is right? Yeah, it looks right to me. Are we all in agreement? Yeah, we are. They're shaking their heads, yes.
Looks like we should be starting soon. You just definitely don't want to take an action that ends the game without you meeting your condition. That'd just be the most sad thing possible.
One of the few things that's generally shameful as a professional is to do that.
I do
that's one that reflects badly on your team and your own personal title, so...
I do appreciate that they give time to pause and compute everything And have the
Yes.
staff
Well,
double
you
check
either
it.
have to have done it before the game, and then it's going to change in the game, and people are bad enough at math in their head an hour and a half before the game. Even now, you can see they're struggling and shaking their heads and making sure all the calculations are right. Could you imagine them trying to do this on the fly, like with an online timer?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you're 3 games in. You're already tired as it is, and the pressure is insane here. Trying to do math on top of it, not very easy.
I think this is just Hashimoto making sure she has all the conditions for the direct hits correct. She knows the basic one is Haneman Sumo.
Right. All right, tiles going in. Miyoshi will be
Oh
our
wait,
dealer.
they hold on. They
Oh,
updated
did they?
the scores here. Someone was off by 100. That's what the delay was.
Oh, I see.
Because there was a 100 gap between Miyoshi and Negishi. They counted the points on the table and said someone screwed up.
Well, that technically currently, yeah. So that won't make too much of a change, I think.
No, it shouldn't.
The conditions are still pretty much the same for everybody.
Well, so if Kimura hits Hashimoto,
Then
then we have
tie
a
break.
draw, and then all hell breaks loose.
Let's hope that doesn't happen.
No, on the contrary, let's hope that
Oh.
happens because it would be the funniest outcome.
Let me so I have a list of tiebreak conditions. I don't know if they apply here in these playoffs. But in the case of tie in the league standings, in order to determine which player moves on, it's the player with the most first places. So this is before the playoffs. I don't know if it changes.
Right. Is a very awkward situation here. And of course, Kimura has a huge incentive to Dama.
Mm.
And there's the Haku pawn. And Kimura says, okay, well, I don't really need a Dama. She could even a Akuhai. I could definitely see her hitting Hashimoto here.
Dama Tenpai. Ipeko.
Waiting on what, the 7-mon?
Just the 7.
Out goes the 9. Could move towards Tanya later. Problem is the 7 is an in-demand tile here.
Where's your Hanuman Sumo? Sanshoku? 5, 6, 7?
It's Dora, Dora, and Dora.
That's true.
You are underthinking this.
Well, this is a better Ishantan if you break here.
This is okay, fine. Now, this is a classic online play. But, oh, it's a 4. It's Suji, smile. This is one where I think she just looked at her conditions and wait a second. This is dumb. I might as well just throw the stick out. Now, this does change the condition because if Kimura hits Hashimoto, then it's no longer a draw. But if Kimura hits Negishi, it is.
Yeah, this is wild. And what do you do if you're Kimura? I mean, you honestly can just
You
shove
have to
against
go
this.
with the 9, so yeah. Yeah, if I'm Kimura, I don't care. One so isn't it. Tanyao. Yishanten for Tanyao.
Negishi has the advantage of knowing if Miyoshi does win this hand, she will see another one. So there will be a chance to come back.
Yes. 3-mon. That isn't it. And you just go chew. No, 4-4. That looks like a fold. There's one of those 7s. Out goes the Dora.
With the Dora gone.
5-pin pair up. There are other routes now. Hashimoto is just a shove. The question is, could she get a Sanchoku out of this hand? And the answer is not unless it's a 5, 6, 7.
Yeah, I mean, with the door gun, you almost have
Two
to.
pin clears. That's what Negishi was scared of, and you see the two immediately come out. One pin does nothing here. Oh, that is a super wide hand. Doesn't want to throw the chun. He's terrified of the chun. Ooh, do you go 4-pin, 4-pin? Yes. Needs a 5-8 so, and then a 7-mon. The 7-mon is the tile that everyone seems to want. Yishunten for Tanya there as well. 4. I mean, you just got the 4-pin here. You don't have to think too hard. Very wide Yishunten now. 6-mon. That is Tempai, but it's not enough. You could 3-so Dama here.
Yes, seems natural.
And that is the play. She said, I need more value. This isn't good enough. 3-mon came out last turn.
So
1-mon actually looks quite safe. You're kind of worried about the Subaguri Reach, but at the same time, you don't really have a choice.
Chun clears.
There goes the Chun, and now you're going to see...
There it is!
There it is! This is the Riichi. 4-pin Riichi. Riichi, Tanyao, Sanjugu, Sumo, and 1 Ura would be that Hanemon.
Ipatsu or Uda.
This is not Tempai either, but the Chun just came out, so out it goes.
Kuna, that's not it. Here's the big Ipatsu. 6-mon.
Nope, 6 is not it.
Now looking for the Uda.
Chun is safe.
Are there any 6-so
Almost
left?
safe.
I think there's one in the wall.
Nine, so back it goes. 5 could cut the 8 here, but gonna take the 6 shove here.
Yep, no Roan, of course.
There's the 7.
Holds it.
This is not Tempai, I don't think, because of the previous turn.
The 4-mon came out. 7 is Suji once again against the second Riichi.
I think I just go 1-so, though.
3-so still Genbutsu.
Yeah, 3-so I guess makes more sense.
1-so also.
Yep, there's the 1. 7, but it's the wrong one.
Sumo! Uda
Sumo
check!
needs an Ura.
Misses!
Nope.
Oh, she built the hand.
Did you see the smile? Okay, I tried. Reach, Sumo, Tanyao, Sanjugu, Mungon. But I do not believe that will be enough. Negishi and Kimura should advance now. And you see the scores on screen, and it's so close. Miyoshi drops to last place by 800 points. In the overall scores in yellow. But Kimura advances very cleanly with another first, just dominating this table. Negishi escapes the second place and will advance, and Hashimoto and Miyoshi are done.
Oh, what a finish. Actually building the hand, finding the last 6-0 in the wall, and missing the Uda flip. That sounds familiar. I feel that. Especially with the Sanshoku too. Player after my own heart.
I like the first graphic, the third graphic, the fourth graphic, and then second is just a smile. Negishi is there is a saying for that, and that is called "We take those." By the skin of her teeth, but it was good enough to advance. Intense game there at the end. The Sumo needed the 1 Ura. Game had just been going miserably all throughout. And then finally gets the Sumo, and it's just not enough.
What a finish. What a finish. Well, we've got our semifinal confirmed now that that's come through. Oof.
All right. Well, let's see it then.
All right, so let's take one more look at this table. Just for confirmation, it is Kimura and Negishi taking the advancement. Miyoshi and Hashimoto gave it their all. Fell just a little short in that incredible final hand. But for today, these are the players that watched. Ooh, maybe spoilers. Don't look if you're looking to watch these over. But for those of you who are watching all day long, just a reminder that this is what it looks like for the players today. Table D, Table E, and F, all in the books. And so, if we combine this with the games from yesterday's stream, we have our semifinal matches set to go. Congratulations to all the players that you see here: Konishi and Tsuji, Sugiyama and Ichimiya, Sakayori and Ishikawa, Hayakawa and Kitagawa from today, Kago and Tabuchi from the second game of today, and Kimura Negishi from the third game, Table F. It was a brilliant semifinals, incredibly exciting games, and
All that time there at the end, I spent a while calculating because it was very distinctive, but they all do their conditions. You also note there are three tables here for the semifinals. So the structure is a little different. I believe the first place at each table will advance to the finals. And I think the second place, is it best second, or did they have a playoff table for that?
ooh, that's a good question. I guess you'll have to tune in tomorrow and find out.
All right. Well, as mentioned, we have the full weekend stream going. Saturday and Sunday, same time, same place. Going to try and get at least the individuals done this weekend. So thanks for tuning in. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. You give us support. We tell our Japanese partners. They go, okay, we'll give you more stuff to broadcast, and we deliver it to you. So with all that, go ahead and wrap it up here. For Nathanael, Chiral, Harrison, and of course Jenn working a lot behind the scenes. This is Corak, wishing you a good day and hoping to see you tomorrow.